Kilo gonna probably ask you a bunch of like random shit about Naruto because I want to say that he's been like trying to read it and he's been finding like little indiscrepancies between the shows and like the manga.
Indiscrepancies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he asked me, did Shikamaru end up smoking cigarettes like Asuma? I couldn't give him a straight answer because the last time I remember them talking about it, he did,
Yeah, he did.
and it was like the same brand and
He
everything. That's
he
why people be
he started smoking the day he killed old boy.
damn.
Yeah. He started smoking the day
Said,
he killed that
yeah.
nigga.
And that boy said, but honorary put you in a pack day. I'm packing your ass up.
No, like dead ass, like
You know what, these hoes here. I'm finna keep packing your ass up.
no, like he real deal fucking.
Cause I couldn't get. I told him, yeah, he do, but I couldn't like give him a straight answer though. I was like, don't quote me on that, cause I kind of don't know. Shikamaru is one of my favorites. I just can't remember. Continue smoking.
There we go. Oh shit! Let me finish this. Guess what finally came out?
Digimon
Digimon.
survive. I was gonna ask you, did you get it? How is it?
I'm still in the prologue. I have yet to like get
It's in the
really
story.
deep in it. I've had like one
Yeah.
battle, and it's like
They, le-
say what?
they at least he came out though. A lot of people was
No,
like they thought it
bruh,
was never gonna come out.
like they gave us like a free Digimon and everything because of it.
They gave y'all a free mind. Oh
Mm,
no.
yeah, like, bruh,
Hey,
I'm so
bugging. I
fucking
probably need to get that hoe because I'm a Digimon fan. I like Pokemon better than Digimon, but Digimon just look cooler to me.
get get out. I love Digimon more than Pokemon, but they're not consistent. So it's just
Yeah,
like
they not consistent.
they'll let you die down for years before they release them.
I would say if it got the same attention over here that Pokemon did, it would
But
be
that's the
bigger
thing,
because like
it did, and then they just let the ball drop, which I blame that on uh Saban. Like when he sold everything, when he sold Saban to Disney, Disney had Digimon and didn't do nothing with Digimon. They're the ones that let it. That's why I went away for like 10 years until he bought it
because I
back.
was gonna say it was a big break in like TV shows and like the shows. You wouldn't get no games
Yeah, nothing like they like
and none of that.
when Disney had it, they had it and didn't do nothing with it to the point to where the original contracts reverted back to the original owners, and we
Damn.
couldn't get nothing overseas then because the rights was tied up with Saban over here. So if they had to do anything, they had to put it out with like Saban. So they had to wait to that shit.
Cycled
Um,
out.
yeah, like it was like a lot of shit that just fucked it up to where like now I think they just do it all on their own now. That's why like the dubs and
Which is like
stuff.
the best option though, for real, because you don't have to
No,
be.
yeah, like the games, like the only thing that sucks is like because Saban's not over the games anymore, we don't get like the voice acting in the games. We got the
A lot of people do be saying that they be questioning these anime games. They be like, "Where's the voice acting?" Like that kind of make it sometimes. I won't even lie. Like if you get voice acting in an anime game, sometimes it kind of make or break it because you already know the story. To have it presented to you in a video game form is like a little
mm,
different. You kind of want them to talk because that's like how I am with One Piece games. Like I like the ones where they actually have dialogue from the manga because
mm-hmm.
the games are so far ahead than like where the show is right now. So to get like some of those scenes in a pseudo anime way, like we get the voice acting with like these later scenes in games, it's kind of cool because that's like how that's how niggas used to be about Naruto. They get the new Naruto game, play that her to the end, and if they play it all the way to the end, they'll probably catch up to like where the manga was when the game finished, when they finished developing the game.
Get down.
Which I thought was like always cool that if you weren't a manga reader but you
Oh
play a
shit.
lot of the Naruto games,
What's up, Kill? What up, bro?
Hold on, bye. I ain't
Keep
got the
my
comics
name
right.
out your. Oh, you Will Smith now, boy? Hush.
Get my name out your mouth.
Ain't no Chris Rock over here. We gonna be scrapping.
My boy said we gonna be out, yo. I just put the feed up on my phone so I can see our comments.
Yeah, like I thought about getting on PC, but it's like a visual novel, so like I'm gonna just play it in the bed and shit.
On the Switch. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Shit.
If I
I
had
said
the
when I
Steam Deck, I would have bought it on the damn Steam Deck, but
you could have played that hoe on your computer and the Steam Deck.
hmm
It would have been fine. Cause shit. When I start back my Legend of Zelda journey, shit, I'm playing that hoe in the bed. I want to see like what this next Soulsborne is gonna be like. It's like that little Pinocchio one. I want to see what that hell gonna be talking about. It's supposed to be more like Bloodborne than it's supposed to be like Dark Souls because of like where it set it. But the gameplay in it look fire as fuck though for it to be like a Pinocchio game. And you couldn't have told me that like a kid's story would have gotten put into a game like that. That's crazy as hell to me. I was slapping fools before here. He just made it popular. You heard my man's.
but I don't
Yeah,
want no
you.
smoke with y'all mommy.
Yeah, you in the village, bro. I hate to send the umbu after your ass. Shit. I hate to send my little umbu squad after your ass. Just a bunch of young hitters trying to get their stripes in the streets.
So what we discussing? I don't know, Kill. You got something you want to talk about?
Oh, let's talk about this. We finally finna see Shanks whoop somebody's ass. Cause he legit came out and told that nigga you trash for trying to go after these pirates, these young kids, and they just
Wait,
beat
what?
Kaido.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about in the new One Piece chapter. We finally finna see Shanks like do something. I think he gonna do something off what he
Is he gonna?
said.
Is he gonna fight Green Bull?
Yeah, that's like what it's getting spiced up as because when he pulled up, where Green Bull was at, and he was like, "That's in bad taste. You finna go fight them, and Luffy just whoop Kaido ass. Like you gonna try to take his like infamy away from him in his little spot." Like Shanks was like, "Hell no!" He pulled up and was like, "Fuck that. You gonna have to see me about my legend out here."
Everybody thought
And that
Shanks was
was
finna turn evil or something on him. I don't know
the
why.
reason. The reason why was because he came out and at the end of that last chapter before he took that break, he was like, "You ready to go get this One Piece, Mihawk?" And everybody was like, so Shanks been after the One Piece the whole time. Like, is him and Luffy gonna butt heads? But I don't feel like that's what it was. I feel like Luffy Shanks set Luffy up with that fruit because he knew he would always be great. Like it didn't matter like what he was gonna do. If he said he was gonna come after the One Piece, he was gonna always be great. But shit, Shanks just was out there just being a little OG, being the best OG he could. I feel. Oh, and niggas been saying, 125, 1,025 chapters in One Piece, and it just started. Like, they been making that joke on Twitter. They
Yeah,
said, this
cause
nigga Oda said, this was filler that we just seen. One Piece finna start now.
yeah, like he just did all that world building for nothing. Cause you finna
He
just
did
be.
that
It's just
shit.
gonna be. It's gonna be 400 chapters of Laugh Tale, and you can literally. He said
Uh,
like you can start One Piece now. Granted, you're not gonna know who like a lot of characters are gonna show up at the
you're not
end,
gonna know who the crew is, or
but
none of
you
like
can
the
watch
big names.
East Blue and then watch Laugh Tale and you straight.
And you straight. Oh
You
god, you
good.
don't gotta see nothing in between unless you just really want to. And I
I mean, you
feel
can
like that
start.
would be a
You could literally start. You could okay. You could probably start East Blue, and then go to Wano, and then watch Lab Tale.
I
You
would say
good?
because them the three biggest arcs. East Blue. I would say East Blue, Marineford, Wano, and this last one, Laugh Tale.
Oh
Give
yeah,
it like four
I
this.
forget about Marine Four. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
would
watch Marine Four and shit.
I would say like those probably gonna be the four distinct arcs that they look at for One Piece when it's done. Like East Blue, Marineford, Wano, and then Laugh Tale. Because you said Laugh Tale gonna be 400 chapters, and that would be like a good way to get somebody into
Yeah,
like
I
reading
already
it.
know the
Oh,
last tale gonna be crazy, bro. Like,
this shit gonna be long as fuck, especially if he like took a month off. He took a month off and came back with a fresh chapter like it went shit. Yeah, that nigga got some shit up his sleeve for that last little bit. No cap. Yeah, Kill Marineford was my favorite arc too up until I've seen the end of Wano. When I got to Wano was my favorite because you kind of get that after the time skip shit where they be separated at first. You don't get all of them in the story at the beginning of Wano, and I kind of like that everybody had like they own little piece in Wano. Like they all did something important to help like the Kaido situation over there. Even like little people in One Piece, like Kid and Killer. Like I love Killer. Killer like one of my favorite characters in One Piece. And the fact that I didn't know what he looked like for a long time kind of threw me off. Then I seen what he looked like without the mask on, and that was cool. Oh, bro, how you feel about I had wanted to ask you about something. How you feel about the Boruto thing? They said Boruto's probably finna get a time skip soon. How do you feel about that?
it's supposed to been happen. Like that's normal. Wano,
Yeah,
Wano part, Wano arc was dope. We finally got to see Luffy with some tail. I've been waiting on him to do damage for real, bro. Since the time, yeah, like now
yeah,
Luffy has that form that's like I don't know, bro. He can't go.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that form
yeah.
now, like cause like Naruto fans like we got Sage 6 Pass, but now we got Baryon mode
Tear
now.
him
Like
up,
so it's
yeah.
like so now you can sit in the discussion like I don't know, bro. That Baryon
Cause
mode, bro.
it's like that's the same thing that I be saying about Ichigo. I feel like Shonen Jump missed a big opportunity by skipping Naruto so hard. If like Bleach and One Piece was gonna be running, dang, I could have had Naruto guiding, had Naruto running with his previous other two big names, big three, all over again for like 4 or 5 more years while they finishing their stories up. It would have been clean to see like Shonen get his big three back all at the same time, and then they all like in their last chapters, in their last arcs or whatever. It would have been clean as fuck to like read all together. That's like how I feel about Ichigo. You say Naruto last form. Ichigo last form is probably the one that people don't know about because what slapped his ass and we ain't see that shit again. He had that horn on his head. The horn of salvation is what they call that one.
You talking about Hollow Ichigo?
I'm talking about
Oh,
his
the form
last
after that. Yeah. I know
yeah,
what you
his
mean.
last one when he fought y'all watching that hoe and y'all watch bitch slap his ass and that was like the end of that. The biggest thing that I said with Kubo was he probably was gonna write himself in a circle trying to show us that fight where y'all watch and like Horn of Salvation. That little shit right there was kind of crazy. How well I ain't gonna spoil the art, but just know that Ichigo get like an ass pull at the end of that story. Damn near.
I want to say it's the ass boy. You tweaking?
I wouldn't say it's an ass pull. It's not an ass pull for him. It's an ass pull for y'all watch. Cause I felt like that whole you can rewrite things. Yeah, okay, get it to a feeling. And not to bitch slap our main character out of existence. Like his whole form was gone. And I was like, damn. Yeah, like even Kid can say he definitely got an ass pull. Yeah, I wouldn't
What
say
you
it
talking
was an
about? The
ass
villain
pull.
dude?
Yeah, he got an ass pull because I felt like Akubo ended it. He tried not to do a Madara. Like, let me not write a villain that's
Oh
so strong.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like Ichigo got an ass full.
I was saying that it was like an ass pull for Ichigo because he didn't get to see anything out of it. And for y'all watch, it was like, yeah, I kind of prepared for this per se. Yeah, the way how they beat him was kind of whack. I would have much rather seen some shit how they beat Aizen, the last dude, because I just felt like that was kind of crazy how they tied all up. Thanks for following my boy, Lil Sean.
Oh, what up? What up, bro? That's my cousin. That's cousin
Uh,
right there. That's my actual
okay,
cousin.
my cousin in this
What up,
bitch, my
Sean?
cousin in this bitch. I don't know, kid. Hopefully, like, and they Is remember he did say that they gonna change some stuff, they gonna add some stuff, and they gonna remove some stuff, like from that 1,000 year blood war. What if that's like one thing that they change? Like they change how like not per se how it happened, but they make it more like it makes more sense how they beat him. That would be like a little cool thing to see him rewrite his ending in like a better way. Cause I'm starting to reread it, and I like how names of the Zanpakuto came back into play. Like you find out that a lot of them didn't know their true names to their Zanpakutos. Later on, when they start discovering them hoes, boy, people get broke as fuck. You think they gonna keep the original Viz translations from Bleach
Hell
to the
yeah,
anime?
they
Cause
have to.
yeah, they gonna have to. Cause like some
Viz
of them
not gonna
names,
go. Like Viz not going for that. Like you not gonna change
yeah,
shit. The only
you're not gonna
thing,
change the
the
motherfucking
only
thing.
thing like they got like they can change is shit that wasn't in the manga. Like you know that like the
Yeah,
fights and shit that wasn't in the manga, but it's canon. Like we know the fights happen. We just didn't get to see it.
this Sam, yeah. Cause I say the big like one that I didn't like that like you get to see a piece of, but you don't get to see how it ended. Is the Yamamoto, the head captain. When you finally get to see how his Bankai like work, you get to see half of that fight for real, and then like you come back. I ain't gonna spoil it, but you come back and it's done. So I think that that's kind of crazy that we don't get to see head Captain Yamamoto's Bankai. He tell you how dangerous it is, and when he finally use it, you get to see it like in pieces almost.
Nah, yeah, we're gonna see all of that.
I wanted to
We're gonna
see
see
that
all that.
whole
We're gonna see old girl fight. Man, I don't know. It's been so long. I ain't even feeling like
Kenpachi on
embarrassing.
Kenpachi.
Oh
Kenpachi on
yeah,
Kenpachi. That shit
yeah.
gonna be dope.
That's gonna be weird as fuck.
But people not gonna understand like when I be
Yeah,
seeing people
especially
talk about it
people.
on Twitter, they don't be
Yes,
understanding. We be like Kenpachi versus Kenpachi. That's gonna
yeah.
be the biggest thing in Bleach next year.
Especially people who like are gonna watch it and they ain't watched Bleach. Like they're coming into
Yeah,
like 1,000 year blood war, and they're like, shit. Let's see what all this hype is about. Cause they thinking
cause
1,000 year blood war gonna start off like a new anime. No,
yeah,
these
no,
niggas
that
start
shit's
off
it,
gas.
they start off gassed as fuck. Cause like I went back and reread about some of they Zampa toast. Yeah, you think, yeah, okay, kid, it's two Kenpachis, but I'm telling you, one of them motherfuckers way scarier than the other way.
It's two different niggas. It's one of them niggas built different.
One of them niggas is built entirely
What up,
different.
Reed? We were just talking about you, big boy.
What's up, Reed? What's up, my boy?
D Reed and
Shit.
this thing.
Yeah, that fight was off the chain because you figure out like Kenpachi versus Kenpachi, once you figure it out, to see them like fight each other is some shit that you want to see animated.
What
Cause
you
I
saying?
wouldn't
I was told what y'all talked about at dinner. We'll talk about it later. Not not on stream.
have for sure, my boy. That shit right there was crazy. Another one of my favorite fights
Just
was when Shiro pulled back up and he like, yeah, I had to train to get my adult body because my Zanpai Turk couldn't handle my kid body. I care, you gonna spoil it.
let's see who we got here. Beautiful Hikari, real spell. I ain't read it. I ain't really watched Bleach until
I like
Hugo,
your name because it's
and I
beautiful
was hooked.
Hikari. I could see Hikari in a beautiful Joe game.
Yeah. Oh, that's a new. That's somebody new. Shouts out
Yeah,
to
that's
you, my
somebody new.
boy.
It's been
Appreciate you
yeah,
for
Wake Up.
stopping by.
I would say Wake Up Mundo is the shit. Oh God, they ain't ready to see Toshiro. Him or his new Bankai. His new Bankai is off the chain. Like when he get his adult body, his new Bankai off the chain. As I always said, give my nigga a couple years in the time chamber. He gonna come out raw. My boy went in the time chamber and came out raw.
No, I'm not UD.
Yeah, I
Right,
will if we
Kill.
keep talking about it. I will
Right,
if we keep
Kill.
talking
That's what
about
I'm
it.
saying. Like y'all stop, cause y'all gonna ruin it. I know. Kill. I mean, not Kill. Fucking Dia tell every fucking thing and ruin the whole show right now.
I ain't
Hell,
gonna do
he'll
it.
he'll bring us some shit that I forgot.
I
It's
ain't gonna
only
do it.
one fight that I'm excited for, and it's the nigga sitting in the chair in the middle, and y'all know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you
That's
talk about.
the
Welcome
only
to my
nigga.
soul society. That was probably
David, you
one
gonna
of
have to stop, bro. I'm gonna have to take you out now. I'm gonna have to wine and dine you, my boy. Shouts out to D Reed for the 10. I appreciate my
my
boy.
boy.
I'm at the wine and dine you. Keep on. Somebody gonna be jealous.
Let me see. Nah, you gonna make Maria mad over there. I know she shot her head up. It's like another crazy ass fight in Bleach that I want to see.
I'm gonna
I want to see.
take
I
you out to
want to see.
Applebee's or something. What up, Rated? My boy Rated in it, B.
What up, Reddy? What's something else crazy that I want to see? Oh, I can't wait to see they announce the date for Hell's Paradise because I just finished reading that shit yesterday.
Hell's
That
Paradise.
show, that show gonna be off the chain. Like we be talking about shows that take like a dark tone. If we
Mm.
talking about 3 shows that have a really dark tone that's coming out this year, like Chainsaw Man, Uzumaki. The third one is Hell's Paradise because of how it start off. It start off real dark like that.
Rated, we in this bitch chilling, my boy. You
In this
know,
day, my
it's a
boy,
nice Friday. We actually started on time.
I got back on time.
Yeah, Reed, tell them to donate. Everybody, you know we got donate sections. You can donate. Feed your local sickle
What's
cells
good?
person today.
That boy left a T on the end of that hoe. I already know what that means.
Uh, you said you wanted to talk about how uh the anime world is doing what you call
Yeah,
it?
doing them
What's them things called?
them webtoons.
Webtoons. Yeah.
This is my thing about it. You have some of the ones that are really popular, like One Punch Man. One Punch Man is getting drawn manga style,
That's not a
and
webtoon. That
yeah, I
don't
guess
count.
you wouldn't consider it a
That's not a
webtoon. It don't
webtoon.
count. But
So
like God of High School, like you'll take something like God of High School. It's a great webtoon. If you read it from start to finish, it's a great read.
mm-hmm.
But you get the anime, and the anime is so much different. Even though it was different, it was still good. But then like they on the fence with it. They was on the fence so much with it that they canceled the second season, even though they have all the material for the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You could, I just hate that. And then like what they doing with solo leveling. Solo leveling is
Yeah, that's what we're
bullshit.
talking about, Sean.
Yeah, solo leveling is bullshit. How you gonna take a Korean like story and change it into a Japanese story? It fucks up one whole arc
Because
of the little webtoon.
they gotta market it to the all of Japan. I get it, but
Yeah,
you wouldn't dare see them do that to, like, if they made an anime. Let's just say they take Deadpool Samurai. They
yeah,
not
and then
changing nothing about
you're not
Deadpool.
gonna change nothing about it, and it don't matter if it's including manga characters that are like finished with their stories or nothing like that. It's gonna be told exactly how it was written.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that you get some of these really popular shows, and because of like how the manga was reviewed or the webtoon was reviewed, the studio feels like they need to go another direction with it, and most of the time it be the wrong direction. And then like with God of High School, you had some people that was like, okay, it was okay, even though it was different. Like, where's the second season? You don't get one; it get fucking canceled. Now we got to wait about 6 years till like this God of High School like be lost in the memory bank somewhere. Then they probably gonna reboot it and do it with the webtoon the right way.
Mm-hmm.
When they could have just done it their own way with this time, like how they did it. Which I can say the changes that they made in it were kind of major. But it was for the story though. It made it anime. I felt like it didn't make it like a serialic webtoon. It didn't feel like
A
you was watching the
serial,
webtoon.
a serialized webtoon.
Yeah, it didn't
Well,
make it. It didn't make it feel like you was watching a webtoon. Like when you see God of High School, you would think that they had a manga from the anime.
but yeah, I mean, it may be in their contracts, but I don't think like changing
Yeah,
or like different shit, like the making them Japanese and stuff versus Korean. Like they're Japanese and then the Koreans are enemies. Like I think that's like once you do stuff like that, you're fucking up the what's it called, the narrative of the story. That's like making Iron Man black and he's not.
Yeah,
like
you
Iron
have to
Man
make
is
a whole
Iron
nother
Man.
character.
Like Iron Man
Yeah,
is Iron Man because Tony Stark got kidnapped and was put in the cave and was forced to do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a mantle. Um, Solo leveling. That's what he's talking about, Sean. Like they're changing
yeah.
solo leveling, and Tower of God. They just I don't know what to talk. That's just
I
whack.
don't. That's the
Uh,
only one that
Kick that.
people are saying that has a chance for a second season. I feel like, but I don't like
Uh,
Tower of God how they animated it. I like reading it better than I like watching it.
Reed, you said the big four. There's no big four, Reed. You know
I ain't
that.
no big four. It's the big three: Bleach, One
But
Piece, and Naruto. I ain't gonna keep saying this shit again.
I don't think no DBZ is his own fucking category. But
DBZ is something.
I don't think Super. I don't think they saying Super's gonna come back in 2023. But I don't
I don't
see.
believe it.
I don't see Super. I think Super gonna come at the end. I don't know, bro. I feel like they gonna
Yes,
hold. They gonna hold us with Super. I feel
if
like
he
they gonna
come out,
pull
if he
some.
come out at the end of the year, like if he come out in October, not the end, but like if it come out around December or January, it's gonna have too much competition on the block already. It's gonna be coming
Super
after
has no
My Hero.
competition. Super is his own fucking thing. Like, they ain't nobody worry about Super
DC is the
competition.
Godfather.
I just feel like they're going to fucking. I don't know. Like they saying
I feel like they're
2023.
gonna
I'm gonna say
pull.
this. I'm gonna say this. We gonna see if they stick to that 2023 release date, and I hope they
And
do. I don't know.
I
I
hope
just
they do
feel.
too.
I feel like they
'Cause
going.
I don't want them to make a movie of the moral arc and put it in a fucking show. Like that's the first arc we get in the show, but we already got a movie of it. I would hate to see that shit again, like how they did with Battle of Gods and
What do you
Resurrection
mean they
Era.
already got a movie tomorrow? No, they don't.
Like I'm saying, like if they were to make the movie, like make another
Oh, they're
movie
not
before
doing.
the show comes out, that would
They
be crazy if Moro was like the first arc and he was in the last movie.
No,
He was their last
they're not
movie.
gonna do that. No, if they would have did a movie more, they would have been did that. They wouldn't have never did superhero.
Yeah.
What's this, Sean? Technically
Oh, they
fairy
talking
tale.
about
Also,
fairy
man,
tale.
don't. But shut the fuck up, Sean. You too young to know what the fuck the big three is. You not finna say none of that shit. Movie and second season have been confirmed. So it's like, so I know the season confirmed. I know another
Yeah.
movie
And
coming.
they confirmed
But
another
like, how
movie.
they do they are they for sure gonna release the moral arc? Like that's for sure because they said
In
the
the
super.
anime,
They said the
is it gonna
anime
be an
has
anime?
been. They said the anime is coming, but I don't know, bro. Toei anime should be pissing me
That's
off.
my crazy.
I
It's
don't hope.
pissing me off
I don't
too
be. I don't
because
be.
I don't have no faith that they won't do this whole we gonna make it a movie and it's gonna be in the show. I don't have no faith that they won't do that shit because they done did it twice already. They're like shit. If and like you said, they would be missing out on a lot of money if
I
they
believe
didn't
you,
do it like
Reed.
that.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. They
I
just.
believe I believe it too. I just don't know what the movie could be about. And if the movie comes out before the season of the show,
Yeah,
that also
that's the
doesn't
word. That's the word. Inconsistent.
consistent.
That's
Yeah.
the fucking word, and that's what it is. And that's what like pisses me off about Toei, because I feel like because of how the movie released and the leak and all that shit, they was like scrambling doing PR work and was just like, oh, don't worry, an anime's coming. Like that's how I feel like it was.
And we
And
going
now
to look for this
and
same announcement
now
like a year later, it's gonna be
yeah,
gone.
like they fucking did the like not they did the damn. It sounded like how they did the Black Clover movie announcement, and that was 2 years ago now, two and a half
And we
years
just
ago.
not getting the movie, and the movie looked like hot horse shit from that
No,
trailer.
that's not even stuff from the movie. That's stuff from the episode, and like
That's fucking wild.
that's stuff from like the episode, and it's like they chopped up. All right, so you know how like they release like manga trailers and shit. That's stuff from like an old manga trailer that they took and like
And
polished,
that's crazy. Like
and
y'all
it's
don't
shit
even
like
want to
that.
show us shit from
But that's
it's
what it
shit
sounded
that
like. That's what it sounded
that
like
is
to me.
crazy.
I'm not saying it's not coming, but I feel like it's like because of all the leaks and shit, they do way too much hype for it. Exactly, and exactly like they hyping us up to where it's like it's gonna be like, oh yeah, the anime's coming, and like the first episode may air December 31st or some shit next year.
It's
Like
like the
that's what
superhero
I'm
movies.
saying. Like that's
They said that Crunchyroll was gonna put that shit out everywhere at the same day so everybody could see it. But now we got to see this shit in August, and
No,
people saw this
they
movie 2
never
months
said
ago.
that. They never said that.
Well, I
They
thought that they said they.
no, I think the One Piece movie was supposed to be released everywhere and they delayed it. But like the Dragon Ball Z movie was never supposed to do that. But I do know like from what when the leaks happened, like just how all this information came out about Dragon Ball Super and shit, it just sounded like that it was just half assed and it's just like if you're gonna start with the
It
moral
was a
arc,
parachute pull. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna
like
say today a little bit with the parachute pull.
yes, so
Oh
100 well
yeah, my
Hunter
boy
they got
drafted 10 chapters the other
yeah, the
day.
10 chapters are done. So the well Hunter is gonna we should be seeing a date release sometime soon. But he
Right.
started 10 more chapters. Like he came out with a press
Yeah,
release and he was like, because like he's drawing again, he's like excited and shit, and
putting it
he's
out like he's
enjoying
putting it
not
out.
even that, like he's enjoying his story again. So like he's drafting the next 10 chapters. So
That's
we're
why
gonna
I
get
told you I
20
feel like he
fucking
going for
chapters.
broke. Like when I sent you a message and I sent it on Twitter, I was like, I feel like he going for broke because he wouldn't have drafted that many if he wasn't trying to finish it. Like he wouldn't have went
Nah,
ahead and was
nah.
like,
See, you get
yeah,
that
I
nigga
got.
too much hope. I
No,
know
I'm talking about the
Tagashi.
arc. I ain't talking about the series. I'm talking about the arc because remember we said we want to at least see him finish the arc that he
The
in.
Secession War arc.
Yeah,
I
this
feel like
succession
this.
war before
I
he
feel
went
like
to
the
the new.
Secession's done. Like, cause it
Yeah, he
wasn't that
finished that
much
hoe.
left. Like,
Yeah, I feel like
I
he finished
think
that hoe.
they finally touched. I think it finally touched down in fucking Dark Continent. And
Our
he like,
continent.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's up,
And he
it's up.
finally gets to put
No,
all
it
of the
was.
thought,
It wasn't
all of the
writer's
pictures and
block.
shit.
That nigga knew what he
Oh,
fuck. That nigga
that
was
nigga
living
was
life.
yeah, that nigga was living life and he was sick.
What's
If you
up,
read
Duh?
like
Nah,
the
how you doing tonight? What up with you? That's my girl tuning in. Welcome to the
what's up,
village.
shorty?
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the village. Let's see. Hikari finally breaking that Hunter high. Man, listen, it's been
Listen,
a hot
boy,
minute.
I got up out my bed and almost screamed when I seen that he drafted 10 chapters because I was like, bro, he's finally finna drop these hoes.
Let's see. When it comes to Black Clover, I'm strictly reading the manga. Anime and movies tend to mess up the flow of the show.
Yeah.
I can't agree to
You
that.
you can say that about my hero, that the anime fucked up the my villain shit if you was a manga reader.
No, that's different. No, like he meant like when they take chapters and make it to a movie, it fucks up the
Oh,
flow.
they
No,
and
no, no. That's
elongate them, they add extra shit that they shouldn't add this, that,
there's
and
a
the
V in
third.
there, Luna. Bro, I can't see. Dove Nah. What kind of name is that? It's a Dove Nah. Man, listen. Her name Nah. Her name Nah tonight. It's either Duh or Nah. I shorten all y'all's names. Unless I know you.
My boy said, I can't see that shit. But
Let's
shit,
see.
I like
What's
the
up,
fact
rated?
that
Toei does that all, bro. Yeah, Toei is not like, bro. If it ain't honestly, if it ain't One Piece, Toei don't give a fuck.
on Jesus, they'll do that shit however way they feel like they need to.
Thank
One
you,
Piece is
Kill.
the
And
only
then
shit.
like Kill,
I
I'm
forgot
sorry, cause
you
y'all,
were
But Kill, like her name is Blue, so it's like blue on like a dark ass like screen, and so it's like these dark blue words. So I just see like blur. Yeah, you was telling me about Overload. I don't watch
Yeah,
Overload,
bro, I
so
watched like the first 2 seasons. And it's if you like isekais, it start off like he was in the game just like everybody else was, and the server was finna get shut down. This will probably be some shit that you do. The server
that
was
I
finna get shut
do or
down
that I watch.
that you would do. Like this was shit in the
Oh.
game that you would do. He was playing the MMO and
Yeah,
the server was finna get shut
and he
down.
stayed
This
logged
nigga
in.
stayed logged in the
Yeah,
whole time. And when he come back, the people, like all the NPCs, they
yeah,
act like real people. Like they act like he's real. So he in the game playing his Anzagor, his necromancer or whatever it is. He top level this, that, and the third.
yeah.
In his castle with his homeboys, and they all NPCs. But it's crazy though because nobody would have known that the NPCs did that because everybody left the server. He's the only player still in the server,
So what's
and
he
that's like
doing?
how I
Just
go.
sitting there chilling?
Like the first season was about like him trying to figure out like if he could still do quests, I think, and like
Mm.
he fought a lot of people in the first season. I'm in the middle of the second season, and he like, damn, I didn't got a little bored. Like, what else is there for me to do?
Yeah,
and that's kind
you
of like
said that last time, Reed. You like riding that wave strong right now. It's
he's in the
it's
real. Oh, he in
cool.
the real world now.
It's
He not in the
cool. I
game no
told
more.
her I was listening to the podcast. She wanted to tune in. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up.
Turn up, turn up, turn up.
Appreciate you, Kill. And
She from New York, so yeah.
Vana. Yeah, I'm gonna say it right one time. Let's see.
Nah,
No, he's in the real world now. It's longer. The
that's
game.
crazy. That's
It's
like
no
how they
longer
doing
hit
sword
games
art.
and god damn.
That's how they kind of doing sword art. How Kirito in the real world a little bit more than he was in the game as the
No,
series kept going.
that was just the movie. No, he like they can log out now, but the series is just like it's you gotta watch Gun Gale to really understand.
I hadn't watched like
Davina.
that.
Then why don't you just spell that out instead of Davina? That's two different names right there. I bet you she over there like, correct that
Niggas,
nigga.
bro.
Tell him to stop
We-
fucking up my name. If you want to watch Isekai, fuck. Man, I can't
Rising
see
the
shit
shit
tonight.
here. Rising. I haven't
You
seen
gotta
Ray
watch
Zero. They
Rising the
said
shit
Ray
here.
Zero
No,
hard as
that's
fuck to
so
watch.
fucking lame. What up, rude boy? Come here, rude boy. Won't you give me what's up, my boy? How you doing tonight,
What
my
up,
boy?
rude boy?
Let's see. Get down, Jay. You pissing me off. You
I
gotta
don't know,
watch
bro.
Sword Art. No, you can tell you young as fuck, Sean. You said
Them not
ReZero
them. Them not
Sword
them.
Art shit here.
Hell
All of
no.
them whack as fuck. I give you
My favorite
ReZero.
ones.
ReZero's is interesting. I fuck with ReZero.
Re
Sword
Zero.
Art. I
That time
like
I got
Sword Art.
reincarnated as a slime. That's a fire one. Obvious reincarnation. That's a fire one. Isekai wise.
Let's see.
My boy
Also a
Rudy.
choice anime. Read it is a choice. I couldn't really get into that. No, I didn't watch I heard about it. I couldn't watch fucking Goblin Slayer. I cut that shit off.
Oh, I cut this shit off after the first episode. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I normally can swallow shit like that on the first episode and be fine, but I couldn't swallow that shit like that. I was like,
Kill.
man, yo, I'm go. I
Kill.
was
We
about to
gotta
say,
weed out
yeah,
the dummies.
on Ray.
Who we weeding now, Kill? Let's see. Kill. And yeah, he said what
Yeah,
he wants you to watch all of
I was
those.
gonna say,
I'm hard on
I
Sean
haven't
because
seen,
he
I
young as
haven't seen
shit.
Ray Zero.
I'm hard on Sean because he young as shit, but his anime taste is like very Gen Z.
That's fine. Yeah, he got like kind of the. I wouldn't say that he got some of the same taste that I got because I appreciate older shit than I do newer shit. So I don't know. I guess we kind of probably is like right there together. How old is he?
Rated. I know that's your shit, bro. I fuck with ReZero. Like ReZero straight. You bogus for
Rated.
the Shield Hero
Rated said.
slander. Fuck
Rated
Shield
said.
Hero.
Give me a good reason why I should start watching Ray Zero because I got
It's
him on my watch list.
ReZero, bro. You gotta pronounce it right. God damn. You said
Ray
Ray
Zero.
Zero.
I said
Where's the
Ray
I in that shit?
Zero. Now, how I be saying about that shit, I've read that with Subaru, he in the story in the manga, the pieces that I read in the manga, when they go and you see him in the manga, he's a different person. Like he takes on a different personality damn near. And I want to see like how that play out in the beginning of his story.
Well, who?
Subaru and Zero.
No. Let's see. I finished the slime one. Memory to go.
Yeah, remember that
Let's
nigga.
see.
I can say that he slid for his homeboys.
I can
He
handle gore anime. I just don't want to see a bitch get raped by some fucking goblins. Like,
That's the
hell
only thing.
no.
And they wasn't playing about
Like,
that shit
I can
either.
watch a rape scene. I done fucking sat through
He
deep.
didn't see Berserk. He didn't see
Yeah,
Berserk. He fine.
but that one was different. I don't know. Berserk
That
bothered me
one
too,
was
but that one was weird. Goblin Slayer different.
in a new chapter in Berserk. This nigga Griffith need to go up down on the damn slimy hog of shame off how he with some shit he just said to Casca in that last chapter I read. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, we can't have this. Excuse me?
My anime taste is not Gen Z. Sean, yes it is, my boy. I'm sorry. You gotta get D a bass. He butchered everything. Man, that nigga would chop suey
Yeah.
some words.
I
That
chop
nigga
suey the fuck out some words.
pronounce my name right. I can't give you no promises. Let's see. Redo of Healer.
I've seen that whole thing.
Do a healer?
Jesus is not that bad. It's not as bad once you get past them first 5 episodes. They
Wait.
actually have some clean ass fights in it.
And what redo a healer? Healer.
Yeah,
What's it about?
the beginning is crazy as fuck. It's a revenge story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the story, the dude that's the main character, he didn't been raped. He got put on drugs, all types of shit. And he's a healer though. Like his magic that he can use is like healing magic. So at the beginning of the story, it's the end of the story already. And he like, fuck, I'm finna kill the demon lord so I can go back in time and get revenge on all these people that fucked me over in this one little life that I done had. So he do that, he kill the nigga, he go back in time, and he start his life all the way back over from like before that shit happened. He meet like the princess, they treated his ass dirty. He get like real close to it. It's fucking in the shoulder, which is what was I thought was crazy. And like he get his revenge on the girl. Bruh, slap the girl in the face with his dick, right? He get up, he slapped the girl in his face with his dick, and he like, you can either take this or you can take a hot poker. And she was like, no. And he was like, well, how about we do this then? If you scream while I'm breaking your fingers in this hole, I'm gonna put this poker on your ass. If you
What the
cannot
fuck are
scream
y'all
until like
watching?
that's how this shit go. But like after he get his revenge, it turns
It
into like a
killed
basic guy.
co-signing.
Yeah, like cause he know, like cause we talked about it at work one day. He asked me had I ever seen Redo and Healer, and I was like, bro, that's some shit I never recommend nobody to watch because it is one of them weird ass shows like that.
Hell no,
It's
I ain't
almost
never
like a
seen it.
hentai with action. Like the beginning, the first probably like 4 or 5 episodes is like straight like etchy hentai shit. And like after the 6th episode, when he meet the wolf girl, he actually have to fight somebody with his little sword skill that he learned. And the fights in it are kind of dope. That was the
Mm-mm.
only reason that I kept watching it, and I would skip past the etchy shit because you have an etchy scene in almost every fucking episode.
Mm-mm. Y'all got that.
It wasn't like how Bastard was. Like I like how Bastard did its etchy because that's like if you're an adult, that's like funny. It wouldn't be looked at as like, oh, it's a sex scene. That was more like, oh, it's funny. So I can appreciate the shows that don't take the shit too far because there is like a line that you can't cross when you're doing like scenes like that. And when you cross that line, you change the genre of your show.
Let's see.
I feel
Did
like
anybody
anyway,
finish Yashahime?
he made that's
The
the sequel
Inuyasha?
to Inuyasha.
Mm-hmm. And
I
y'all
want to
finish
start
that
it.
shit?
Is it I want to start it. Is it done? Because I like the fact that Inuyasha pop up and he actually meets his kid. He has like this cool interaction with his kid for the first time, and you don't get to see that from too many dads in the anime. Where like if they do become like a father, they have these weird interactions with their kids.
No, they
Naruto is
not.
probably the
They
only
not gonna do
example that
that.
I can give.
They wouldn't do that to like Inuyasha. Like the fans would riot.
The fans will ride just because like Inuyasha have a big fan base. But shit, like I say a good like I could say the turn of how they do dance is Naruto. Like Naruto is where they kind of changed how they did dance because he was the dad that he never had, and I thought that that was probably the best thing to come from Naruto, like getting married and having kids, was that
That
he
is
was
not
able.
the best thing that come from
It wasn't the
Naruto.
best thing,
You
but I
not
like
finna
the
sit here
fact
and disrespect my boy like that.
that's your favorite show. All I'm saying is I like the fact that he got married and he was able to give like this father figure role to 2 kids that are his and one that's not his. It's like perfect storytelling for a person that grew up as a fucking orphan.
Let's see what we got here. No, I only saw one episode. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
ain't.
shit is hard because like it came out on YouTube, and when it came out, it trended on Twitter for 3 days, and people was like, "Go watch this, go watch this, go watch this." And on
What
YouTube, the first
Yashahime?
yeah, Yashahime, people was like, go on YouTube and watch this and watch this." And people was like, "Who is this show about?" They was like, "Who these kids is?" And if you ain't never seen Inuyasha and shit, they kids would look a little weird if you had never seen their parents before.
Shouts out to D Reed for cheering the one biz. I don't have the little yay button. I need to get. That's what I need, Reed. I need to
You
got
need a
there
deck.
the
You need a deck
deck.
for the
I
stream.
need the deck so I can sit there and push the DJ sound. Cause I got all the DJ sounds. I just don't got. Now I can hook my turntables up impressive, but that's extra at that point.
You had to set up too much. You want you
Yeah,
something you can just
that.
plug
Yeah,
in
I
and
need
press the
something
button.
like this
I'm
a
already
little.
knowing.
Mm-hmm.
That's something
Dance and
crazy.
anime are terrible. No, that's just how they. I don't say all of that.
Oh, bro.
What are bits though? Like I don't even know what bits are.
I don't know what bits are either.
Shout out to being extra. Who being extra?
Bro, that's on me.
Rated.
Oh,
God,
it's not on me.
you don't know what bits are. Reed, you cheering? You just got them, and you just cheering them hoes. Don't they cost money? That one says rest in peace. God damn, we already did. No, it's actually popping tonight. There's a lot of people in the
There's a lot
goddamn
of people
chat.
interacting tonight, goddamn.
Yeah, this is most we done fucking.
Oh, bro, this is what I wanted to ask you.
It's usually raiding and fucking killing here, quiet as fuck, y'all pussies. Rated be got the tab up, ain't said shit. Kill, kill, kill be
Kill be
talking.
driving. Kill be
Kill
driving
be
like home.
driving.
Yeah, he be
Dangerous,
driving and he be talking to
dangerous.
her.
Oh, if I get the turntables ready, man, they don't want to see that rated. They don't want to see the turntables.
And bro, I read
That's I'm gonna have
crazy.
to charge for real if I plug in some turntables.
Yeah,
That's why I be out here. Ain't
the
that right,
crazy
rude
ass.
boy? You better tell them.
I read a crazy ass one shot the other day I didn't know existed.
What?
I didn't know the dude that made Death Note made like a sequel one shot to it. It's like 103
Yeah,
pages.
it
And
got
I
Donald
read this
Trump in
shit.
it.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
was crazy in it. And like how they played it off. It's some literal Gen Z shit. That's Gen Z shit. Couldn't nobody have thought to do the Death Note like that, but a motherfucker that was like my age at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought that was
Did
cool.
you
That he
finish
put
it? You finished it all the
I
way
finished
through?
it. I finished it,
Yeah.
and then at the end he gave it to. I ain't gonna spoil it, but it was crazy how he got the money in everybody's
Yeah.
accounts like that. That was
Yeah.
dope.
Like that, they made Donald Trump the goat.
This shit was crazy as fuck. I was like, yo, imagine if this would have been like a show, like a little 12
Man,
episodes.
they couldn't have did that because Donald Trump. Well, they could now, but Donald Trump was the president at the time, so
Yeah, he was the president
they
at the
couldn't
time.
have
That was
did
probably
that.
why he came out as like a little one shot.
Yeah. Well, all that shit starts off as one shots, but they'd have never did that. Uh, so I finally watched all of the Star Wars shit I caught up on. I watched the Obi-Wan show.
Obi-Wan?
Yes,
Hey.
I watched Visions. I watched I watched what's the
Did you
other
see that
one?
third season?
Boba Fett.
The third season of Boba Fett. That third season of Mando, the Book of Boba Fett.
That's not the third. I mean, it is basically like Mando 2.5, but bits is
It's, I
cash.
say,
100
I say
bits is
it's
$1. 1,000 bits is $10, and so on. See, that's why I love Raider. Raider gonna always come in with the shits, my boy.
the
So
information.
what's 20 bits? What's 21 bits equal to? D Reed, when your birthday, D Reed? I'm gonna take you out with all these cheering and shit.
And my boy out
My
here.
boy.
D Reed, you be ringing Mango, my boy. What you be ringing?
Oh,
I
D
go
Reed,
shopping
D
for my
Reed
Mango.
better than you. D Reed
That's what I'm saying.
D Reed in the shits. Oh, 20 cents. Damn.
My boy, what you be ringing? You be donating to the stream, you feel me? We be trying to make our fans happy. What you be ringing? Like, let me get you something to read, bro.
Bruh, no, you cannot donate nothing to D Reed that he ain't already
He got,
read.
because he probably got everything.
D
He
Reed
one of
is
them.
like D Reed is me. Like you know how like I know like a lot of shit. That's D
Yeah.
Reed. You
Yeah,
that
so I
nigga.
can't even get him nothing that he don't have. Let
No,
me get
D
you a
Reed.
pop
No,
or something,
D
nigga.
Reed can
Damn.
get you shit. Like you can get
Yeah.
shit from him, but D Reed is nah. Don't nah. We not gonna do that. You could donate. You could probably So y'all need to get on Webtoons and check out
I'm
Unordinate.
reading it.
No,
I'm
that's
on
what
like the
Sean
fifth
just said. That's what Sean just said.
page.
Like,
Sean said that too. I'm
what's hype
reading it.
about Unordinate? You reading it?
I started it because it's been getting so much hype, and then I think I cleared all my other ones. Like I was reading, I was trying to finish God of High School.
Yeah.
That shit take a crazy ass turn in the middle of
I
it if you
don't.
don't.
I don't. I canceled my fucking Webtoons because I tried to read Tower of God and just wasn't doing it for me.
Doing it.
So
And I
I
read
just
my favorite ones on there is the boxing, which I feel like is gonna get a show. That would literally be the next boxing show because of like how it is. You see, like it's just like Hajime and Ippo. How you see them from the beginning and you follow them through their whole career, and at the end they like grown and they the champion now. The boxer is just like that. You see that nigga from like a little boy, and at the end he's a champion. But you know, you get to see him after that too. and you get to see the person that he trained. And that's like what the boxer part two is about. It's about the person that you is training.
So it's a Rocky.
Yeah, it's like a little Rocky type situation. Yeah,
The
and that
Boba
shit's
Boba
kind of fun.
Boba theme song is pretty fire, but it don't kill the Mandalorian theme song. Like when
I
the
feel
Mandalorian just pull up,
when
it's
Mando
different.
come on the screen, it's over with. When
It's
Mando pull up,
different.
he's shooting shit
I don't
straight up.
like that they wasted the reunion with Baby Yoda for the Boba Fett show.
Oh,
Like that's how
yeah,
you
I
know the
feel
Boba
like
the
the
Boba Fett show
Mando,
was not going well for it to use
the
that, like the
Mando in
best
the
part of
last three episodes,
no
and
like
that was fire.
the best part of your show comes from another show setup that's been going on. I
My
don't
boy
like
Sean
that.
on that boxer. Yes, sir. You already know. Yeah, Sean, that boxer the truth.
All right, let me ask y'all. So before I get back to Star Wars, like what do y'all prefer, webtoons over manga? Because webtoons is
Oh,
ran
no.
by
Hell no. Hell no. I never say that.
why?
Never.
Because
Because
webtoons is ran by like people like me and you, so like they
I'm
you don't
finna
have
show
to.
you why. I'm finna show you why. Let me pull one of these hoes on my shelf. You cannot tell me if you read a webtoon on your phone that you gonna get the same experience when you flip a page and you see some shit like that.
Yes, bro.
But you can,
It's a 21st century. That's different now. Like
I
I
just feel
read on
like
my tablet. I read more on my tablet again than I did since I was in like
people are starting to get
high
more into
school.
physicals now. Like I'm starting to
Yeah,
see more
everything
people get
comes
into
back
their physical.
around, but niggas like me who lay in the bed and fucking want to fucking cheat, you know what I'm saying?
Chilling in the bed
Like
reading
I
mangas.
no, but like I buy physical and put it on a shelf and like I read it in the bed digitally. So it's just
Yeah,
like
see, I don't
I
do that.
get the
If that shit
same.
on my shelf, it's getting read one day. Like I wanted in the physical and I wanted to read. Like they agreeing, they said, hell no, ain't no damn way. The only way of
No
webtoons could
webtoons.
take over the manga industry, like that's like the new manga, is if like you have like some major ass webtoons, they get dope ass animations because that's what it normally is for manga. A manga series like continue and it get like real far ahead, then it get
Mm.
like the beginning of it animated. Because it was a dope manga series, the art was dope in the manga,
Yeah, we
people
know
gonna check
that.
out the animation like
But
just because.
that can happen with anything. Like hold on,
That's what happened with
manga
God of High
holds too
School.
much. Hey, manga holds too much memories for me. No, webtoons is open source, not professional. Boy, hell no, manga over webtoons. Nah, bruh. Oh
Like
no,
they
don't
with me,
compare
they said
Mando to
fuck that.
Boba. Mando the big homie. Bro, I'm gonna compare Mando to Boba just cause like
Oh,
I
you
was super
tripping
hyped.
Mando to Boba. Man, I
Everybody
was
want
hyped to
their
see Boba.
physical for collections and to have on hand, but webtoons could never.
Like I
Like
feel like if
Kevin
you
put
could
me.
buy webtoons in a physical, that would be different. But the fact that you have to read a lot of them is like crazy because I can't collect them. What happened if like something happened to the webtoon app? The author decides to delete it one day, like delete the whole story. I'll never be able to read it again. But like if Viz decide to take something off that I have on the shelf, I can pull
Kev,
it off the shelf and read it.
Kev put me on vid, so whenever I have time, I always read manga. You welcome, my boy. I told you.
That Viz is
But I
gonna be
can see
fine.
that changing with webtoons. That's what I'm saying, Reed, and that's what I was gonna get to. The reason I say that is because y'all like are shitting on webtoons, but look how hype
I
y'all are
wouldn't
about
say
a
I was
lot of
sick.
web.
I
Look,
wouldn't
hold
say I was
on. Look how hype y'all are with a bunch of webtoons now. The webtoons is the wild wild west. Like you got to look at webtoons as like as fucking what was it called, action comics with when DC and Marvel was connect like one, and they were just
together.
writing stories for fun. Like comics and mangas are business now. The reason I say webtoons could be like, I know webtoons is the future because I could get on there and release my story
And right, you got
finally
you could draw something and put something on there, and then
and
it
put
could
it on
gain
there
its
now.
track. Yeah,
The only is it's just because it's the Wild Wild West. It's so much. You have to write. You have to be consistent, and you have to write a fucking bomb ass story to stand out. Because when I'm on webtoons, all I see is a bunch of gay shit. Like people think people want to read all these fanfics about all these gay characters and stuff. That sounds cool in your group of friends when if it ain't got no story to it. That shit's
I ain't
lame.
reading this shit. Like if
Exactly.
I read for the first 4 or 5 chapters
And
and
like
it's just
it's
bullshit,
so
I ain't going.
much it's so much gay shit on Webtoon
On webtoons, yeah.
that some company, if Webtoons don't do it their goddamn self, is gonna come in, buy that shit, and like declutter a lot of that shit.
They gonna throw a
And
lot of that shit out the window.
they're gonna do what they did to Shonen Jump. But I do see this happening. I do see it being more lenient than like Shonen Jump,
As
because
far as
like
the content, yeah.
not even that, like just letting people, I think it's going to, at its core is going to be like you can get on there, it's going to, like, say they make a free tier and then a premium tier, and all the free shit is
Like
like
Reddit.
people
Like a
who
Reddit
like,
type situation.
nah, not really, not really. I don't know. Maybe so. Like, not like Reddit. Like, it's just like you get the free tier, and it's like the people like me and you who are just starting, and then like you pay for the people who's like 500, 600 chapters deep in with their story, or who's getting or who's like being paid to be promoted and shit. And then that's where, like, if they can get some company, like, okay, like how Toei does. Like Toei monetizes One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, shit like Toei is with Bandai Namco. Toei is the cartoon and the fucking toy. Well, the cartoon and the fucking like the distributor, and then Bandai Namco is the video games, the toys, like the merchandise to it, and like they coincide with each other. You can't have one without the other. And so when the movie and stuff come out, everybody eat, but you cannot change the intellectual property of said creator. Like you cannot take One Piece and change anything from it, because like it's part of their
It
contract.
got to still be One Piece. Like
when
it can't be
when
different.
when webtoons get that, because like they're taking webtoons and changing too much, and like that's why I feel like Tower God didn't succeed like how it was supposed to, because Tower God and webtoons is One
It's a
Piece to
good
them
read.
niggas.
It's a good read.
Like
Yeah,
it's their
it's one of
One
the
Piece.
reads.
But when you
It's
get
one of the
to
reads.
but when you watch the show, you don't feel that. And I feel like his contract, they didn't change a lot of what the shit from webtoons or whatever. They probably made it more cohesive for like a beginning season or whatever. But I feel like if they get to where like the intellectual properties and like just somebody that like takes it and is just like Reed said, make it a fucking like not make it so just all over the place. Webtoons is gonna take over. Like
It's
Webtoons is gonna be like the new, because like now you don't have to like keep going to like Shonen Jump and like show drafts and drafts and drafts of one shots and pray to get
just
a
put your
page.
draft on webtoons and
Yeah,
just
just
let
put
people
your
read
draft.
that they want to.
Yeah, like people who like people like it's people now who write comic who've been wanting to make comic books and shit who can't release their shit over here because Marvel and DC and Image Comics and fucking like Dark
Dark Horse.
Horse, like fucking Boom, they have their tight knit group already. Like they got their Ryans and shit, like Ryan Patriot and fucking I forget
Billy
all the Marvel
Mendez.
writers. Yeah, like just all the people there. They're not like,
Damn.
it's so hard to get on now. So now like it's people who are like making their comics and restructuring them for webtoons and releasing that shit and getting a buzz. And it's just like when that shit get animated, like it's gonna take off. It's just that it takes so long for a webtoon to take off. They have to be like 10 years deep in that shit instead of two
Like,
years deep
do you feel
in it.
like do you feel like solo leveling is they first like try with it? Like, let's try to
No,
take a webtoon. You don't think so?
no, because Tower of God is a webtoon. God of High School is a webtoon.
I
Like
mean,
that's their
I mean, like
tries.
take it in a. I was saying like take it to a manga direction, like how they're giving it a manga, like it's getting serialized as a manga. Do you feel like that's like they first try with it?
No, I feel like with solo leveling, the dude who writes solo leveling has an opportunity to get his shit
RIP
out
to the
there.
artist, because you know the artist died for it recently.
The
Artist
dude
for
for
solo
solo
leveling.
leveling,
Yeah, he died. Like
then
if
that's
it
it.
wasn't
Then
Disney,
that's it. Then
yeah,
that's why it's changing. I didn't know that.
he
If I
died
would have
on
known he
Sunday, I
died,
believe.
then
Let me
that's
see.
Wait, he died
Yeah,
recently?
me and Zed was talking about it Wednesday because we was talking about the Hunter thing. He's like, man, you seen the artist for Solo Leveling Past? I was like, damn. I don't know, like
When
if
did
it
he
was like a
die?
main artist.
Did he die? If
It
he
had to have been over the weekend. It had to have been between
oh, so all
Sunday and Wednesday.
oh, okay, but okay, if it's like a week, if he just died, then he probably knew he was dying and was like,
He sold it off.
you can take
Yeah,
my intellectual property and change it, cause if it's not finished in the webtoon, and he was sick, then I
yeah. He
that make
passed
that
away.
make that makes sense why it's changing. I didn't know that. If
Leveling
that's
Manhunt
the reason
artist.
why that's the reason why it's different then. Like they're changing like the origin story from
The
Korean to Japanese
co-creator.
and shit.
He was the co-creator. He
Oh,
was known as co-creator for Solo Leveling.
was he
Tremendously
the
popular
drawer or
Korean man.
the art like
Like
or the storyteller?
they said he died from complication for a cerebral hemorrhage. He had
Yeah, he
bleeding
knew
in
he
his
was
brain.
dying then. He knew he was dying. But
He was
if
the
it's the
head.
artist,
He was the head of
huh?
the editing studio. Is what they saying. They
Reed
saying
said it
he
was the
was head of
artist. Yeah,
editing for.
that's why it changed then. What up, Thunder? What up with you, my boy?
Cause you know they announced the game for Solo Leveling before they did the anime, and I think the game is like what they really gonna try to
No, the gang
see
gonna
like what
jump.
is the game gonna be hard as fuck. I'm gonna
The
buy that
gang
hoe.
jump. The gang gonna jump. I
And I
won't
like that
shit
the
on
studio
webtoons. It's like a streaming service. It's great for independence, but the power players will still have their lane too. Yeah. Uh. So JoJo
and they're
gang
kind of
come
getting
out
picked up
September
by a
2nd.
big studio too. They
The
getting picked up
JoJo
by A1 Pictures.
the JoJo gang gonna be lit, and cause but this is a
That's
remake. But they're adding all the new characters. That's what's gonna be lit about it.
what I thought that was gonna be fire. It's that remake from the
If I
2D one
wanna,
that fight like Budokai. It's the same remake of that
yeah,
2D fighter that they fight like Budokai, but they got all the characters from the
yeah,
manga in it
they
too.
added because the
I
original
think that
game only had like JoJo's one through
to
four,
Johnny.
one through
I
four,
think it went to
whatever.
Johnny. Yeah,
One
I
Johnny
think
is
it went
three.
that far.
Is Johnny three?
No, Johnny is Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, Josuke,
It didn't go past
Giorno.
Josuke. It's a PS2
He
game.
didn't go past Josuke.
It didn't go
Okay,
past Josuke.
so
It's a PS2 game.
they added Jolene, Johnny, the other Josuke,
Yeah,
Josuke 8,
and the
and
nigga
then
that's
the
in the
other is
manga,
one more.
the nigga in the
And it
manga,
is one more nigga.
what we
Josuke 8
say?
is the Josuke 8 is the last nigga that he did. Now the new JoJo, he said the new JoJo is gonna be taken to hip hop roots. I think that's gonna be fire. That
The
he's
one after
probably gonna take it.
the one after the manga that just ended.
The one after Josuke 8, the one that he just did,
Yeah,
Arika had like an interview and he said, "Yeah, I've always wanted to take it like to hip hop roots." And the only like
I will respect.
hip hop one that he got is Giorno. Giorno is the only hip
I
hop
will
reference that he
respect.
has.
I think if anybody in Japan can make a dope hip hop character, would be him because he's into music
Yeah,
heavily. Like
heavy as fuck.
like he
Like I could
fucking
see him
had
making it like a Brooklyn thing, or making it like a Cali thing because we haven't seen them two places in
yeah.
JoJo yet. Or we seen New York, but I would
No,
be
we
dope
seen
to see
Florida
him do
too.
like we see in Florida. It would be dope to see him do like the West Coast, like do a JoJo
But
that's
my
from the
point
West Coast.
but my point is like he's in tune with the culture. Like he
Uh,
wouldn't disrespect it. And he had
oh,
Jodeci as his fucking ending. Like that's
what's that?
legendary.
Like
That's
when I
fucking
heard that shit,
legendary.
when I heard that shit, I was like, this ain't right.
Let's see.
Adult Swim tripping. I clicked that shit and rewinded it to the beginning. I was like, okay. Every time I close my eyes, I was like, all right, my boy, you see me so.
What we say? If I want to read fanfics, I go to Wattpad or fanfiction.net. You weird as fuck, Sean. Uh,
Love this
what
style.
was
Yeah, I
that?
like that style fighting game too. Dread. Like I like it when it's the 2D fighter like Budokai. Them was like you ended
What was
beefs
that?
and feuds over fights like that in Budokai. Nigga get to arguing about what y'all doing. Put the Budokai in there, nigga. Pick the stick up. That's how we rocking today. So I like that they going back to that the 2D fighter because the 3D shit is starting to get a little played out. Like the open world fighting game shit, it's starting to get a little played out. I want to go back to my 2D, just two people on the screen fighting each other.
It's gaining massive traction. I still prefer manga, but you can't deny webtoons
What?
popularity.
You ain't.
Read,
Yeah.
read with
Re-
so with webtoons, it's either gonna do one or two things. It's gonna turn into fucking SoundCloud, and it's gonna be SoundCloud for like fucking artists, and it's gonna suck, or it's gonna turn into Spotify with CD baby, and you can upload your shit, and if you get popping, you gonna get signed by Spotify, and that's the one or two ways it's gonna go.
yeah. That's
Put
my
that
favorite
you
season
dark
of JoJo.
tournament in the background. No, I done got copyright claim 4 weeks in a
Yeah.
row. We not doing none. We not doing none that y'all niggas want to hear. We doing some shit that ain't gonna get us caught.
Yeah, it's the fifth season of JoJo with Giorno. That's the JoJo that's based off Prince. He wear the purple suit like Prince, and he got the curls in his hair, and he's standing in golden experience.
Yeah. What's it? Jodeci and the song solidify my respect for Art Rocky. Yeah. Who had the
Oh,
Jodeci
wait,
as
you
that
put
ending?
like,
JoJo. What season? JoJo 4? Season
part five,
4? Part.
part five, golden win.
I
It's
thought that was
five
part
golden win.
4.
Know how do you count part one and part two in the same thing?
Yeah, that's season 1 and season 2. That's one part. If
Okay,
it's the
cool. That's
same
why you
nigga, that's
saying,
one part. And that's how he
but it was
counted it.
Joseph. It was
He
Joseph
counts
in
it
the
like
second
that.
half. Well, I counted like this. Joseph is one.
Mm-hmm. You
Jonathan
counted
is
by
one.
people?
I count it by people. I don't count
No,
it by
I
like how
counted
the
by
story went.
series. You counted by
I count
series.
it by the people. I like
Nah,
counting it by the people because that's how I remember them.
I'm
Cause I
talking about
read them like that.
TV. I don't know what's
I
on.
read
I
them.
don't. Oh, you got. Oh, and you watch it on the back, bro. I don't know. It'll be on the TV at this point.
I read them hoes like in the order that I liked how the characters was. Like I read Giorno shit first. I
I
read
don't have a
Josuke
remote
shit
either.
second, and then I read Jonathan and Joseph. I regret that I didn't read Joseph shit first because Caesar was my favorite Joe bro.
You regret it? You didn't read it first? That's the first one,
I
right?
regret Yeah, with Joseph, the not Jonathan, the
Yeah.
Joseph, the old nigga that's his granddaddy in the third one with Jotaro.
Yeah.
I regret that I didn't read his first because Caesar's death made me cry. How he died, that shit made me cry. How he found him, and then I watched that shit. It was that much more dramatic
East
when they animated
JoJo
it.
is a different part. I know that, Hikari, but I'm telling you, yes, part 1 is Phantom Blood, but part 2 immediately follows that with the same nigga. He just
It's
on a
with Joseph.
boat. Yeah, and then it's the same shit.
Part two battle fantasy is
Yeah,
with Joseph
part
because
1
they
and
thought that
2
nigga
to
died.
me is together, just cause how they did it.
Now, how they ended and start the
Yeah,
second
like
one,
how
it
it
didn't
how
start
it
like that.
in my head, like you can tell me all day, Hikari, but in my head, like it's just one. And then whenever they start adding the subtitles at the bottom, that's when I started counting the different shit.
Car. Me and you count them the same way. I count them by JoJo and by part. Like part one is Jonathan, part two is Joseph, part three is Jotaro.
No, but when
That's how
you
I
say
separate.
that, but part 4 to me always, I'm just gonna always immediately think when somebody say part 4, because that's how my friend used to tell me. He didn't
Yeah.
ever. He just said part
And when I
4.
think about and when I think about part four, I think about Scooby Doo Mystery Game, Josuke. They shit play like a Scooby Doo story to me.
Yeah,
Josuke. That's
I
why
get.
I like they shit because it played
I
like a
get
little
what you.
Scooby Doo
No,
mystery
yeah,
story.
like when they talk about when you talk about a person, I know what you're talking about. But when you say
Yeah.
JoJo and then say part, then my brain immediately like fucking
Yeah.
goes to
You go back to how you
yeah,
remember it.
yeah, like my
Yeah.
brain, like, cause that's just how like I was told at the beginning. Because my friend will always tell me part 1 and 2 is the same. Like part 1 and 2 is one season, and so in my head when I was watching it, I was like, oh okay,
Okay,
and I was
cool.
just
Like
yeah, like, and that's how Netflix had it,
yeah,
and
Netflix
yeah,
has
and
one
that's
and
how
two together. I
yeah,
will say that.
and
And I
Netflix.
watch mine on Hulu.
Yeah,
Hulu
I
has
didn't
that
watch.
shit separated
Yeah, I
by
didn't
the
watch
part.
it on Hulu. I watched it on Netflix. So when I would be on Netflix, it just said JoJo, and it was like season 1, season 2, and then
Yeah.
after that, you got to go find part 2,
Starting
part
at
3.
Crusader.
Yeah, and it's
Starting at
like a
Crusader.
yeah, and it starts the Crusaders, and it's what you call it after that or whatever.
And that's why I say I feel like the reason they put one and two together is because when you get to the third one, the show changed. Like it's not the
No,
same power
yeah, but
system.
that's how it looks to me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
So
could
to
get
me,
that
like
because
that,
I've
man.
heard people explain that before. That the reason that they say it like that is because the power system separate in the third
No,
season.
yeah, cause like when you watch part 1 and 2, it literally just seemed like a shipping. Like not a,
It seemed like a little
like
shipping
he grow,
thing.
like he get a little older, and and then they introduce a new dude, but the other dude, like the first dude, is still there, and this Dio is still like prominent. Dio's prominent in all of them, but you don't see Dio till like later. But
Yeah, you
Dio
don't
is
see
like
him
in the
until the end
goddamn.
when he get that. Yeah, when he get the body, he's in the coffin up until the beginning of the third part, and even then, you don't really get to see him like
Yeah,
in
and
action until the end.
yeah, and after like Netflix actually add the name after part two.
I added the names to them hoes, like started not Phantom
Yeah,
Blood and Battle Tendencies, then Stardust Crusaders.
yeah, they
I
probably
forgot
changed it
Unbreakable.
now.
I mean, it's Unbreakable is the name of
Yeah,
part 4. Then Golden Wind is the name of part 5. Stone Ocean is part
yeah,
6.
they probably changed it now. But when I was like, when they first added it on Netflix, it was just 1 and 2. It said part 1 and part 2, but it was under
Now, you
just
want to know
JoJo.
what I think is gonna be crazy about JoJo's? Because this is the part where things get rewrote. Like this is where the story, basically, the universe gets reset in this next
Yeah,
one
like
before the next part.
because
I
like
wonder how Netflix is gonna do
I
that.
ain't finished yet because they doing like it's all the parallel universe, like the parallel universe
I
shit.
like that though because in a way, if you think about it, I ain't gonna spoil it, but Poochie does make like this statement, like, "Yo, you think that y'all just get to start over just because? No, this shit is different now."
No, that would make, but that would make, man, Akira, wasn't it Araki? My fault. Is building up to
Rocky.
like some Marvel multiversal type shit,
It's
and
like I
when
like
he
the
get
fact
to it, I'm
when
gonna
you
be
read
excited.
when you read the next part, it has shit to do with the horses. When you meet Johnny, Johnny was my favorite one because he has this one line about shooting. He's like, "Don't give me this 100% accuracy bullshit. I'm shooting the enemy. I'm laying down cover and fire for my teammates. I'm shooting my teammates. Hell, I might even shoot my fucking self. Y'all just don't know what I'm shooting at. That's 100% accuracy. That's a mango panel where Johnny said that.
Damn.
I was on the
Wait, that's
floor
the
dying.
newest one, right?
No, that's like the one after Jolene, like the one that they doing anime wise now.
Yeah.
He's the
Okay.
next one after that.
I haven't read. I don't read them.
Yeah.
I just watch it
Stoneball,
with her. Stone
Steel
Ocean.
Ball Run,
Steel
Steel
Ball
Ball
Run.
Run,
Still.
Steel Ball Run is pretty cool. I like the take that they did on
Yeah,
Steel Ball
I'm
Run.
waiting on it to cause they said everybody loves
See you
Steel
later,
Ball
my boy.
Run.
Steel
All
Ball
right,
Run is the shit
Kill
because
B,
it was
be
funny.
safe, my
It was
boy.
Steel Ball Run was Rocky's first take
Eyes
at
over
breaking the
heaven.
fourth wall.
What's Eyes over heaven? Why I
That's the
feel
name
like
of the game. It's the name of the game. Eyes Over Heaven
damn
is the name of the game. Is the name of one of their games, and it's supposed to be
the
like
you like the JoJo game.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
That's not the one
remember,
they remade.
no,
That's
that's
not
not
the
the one that they're
no.
remaking.
Okay.
That's the Eyes Over Heaven is the one that was the like over the shoulder one, and it was open world kind of sort of, and
Oh,
y'all fought three on
I
three.
never heard
I
about
played that.
that.
It was
Okay, I
straight,
know.
but like the story, the reason I played it was because Araki made the storyline for it. So like, if you've read all the other JoJo's, this would fit like for the next part if you stop like where he
Yeah,
stopped at right there. I
that's how
think
the
he
new One
stopped.
Piece game is supposed to be.
Hey, that should be
And the
dope then.
movie, the new One Piece game in the new movie is supposed to be like Oda makes all the stories, but he said from here on out like everything's supposed to like fit like
Yeah,
perfectly. Like all
I
the
like
other
that.
ones fit if you like wanted to, but he know
Eyes
how
Over
like some
Heaven is
saying.
a Stan Hakari in the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Dio,
stain. I was
Dio
thinking
come.
of a stain. I was like, which stain? Like
It's the
who is
name
that?
of Dio Stan in the game, but it's just the world, and it has like a new power. Instead of
Mm.
stopping time, it can rewrite. It can rewrite reality with Eyes of Heaven. That's like the name of the power that he get for it. So
Mm.
in the game, he's Dio, and the stand name is Eyes of Heaven.
Ancient Magus Bride stuff. What
That's
the
the
hell is it?
new. That's the new anime on Crunchyroll, right? G, right, G.
You said Dree?
Hey, Drake, you know I'm fucking smoking. Right, Drake. Shit. That's the one with the cover is him holding the girl and it's like a skull for like the dude's head or something like that. I think is the name of it.
What's it
That's like
called?
how it goes. I've
Uh,
never seen it, but I've seen the picture.
Ancient Magus Bride. I don't know. Let's look it up.
It's on Crunchyroll. I've seen it on Crunchyroll, I think.
Yeah, I'm finally like finna just start using my Crunchyroll again. I just got relogged in and oh, okay, I see it. No, it ain't on my
Is that the
list.
is that the picture that I was talking about? Him holding a blonde girl.
No, you be
Oh,
way off.
that I'm thinking about a different one. Then I
It's
can't remember why I
I
thought
added to
that
my
one was the
shit.
Magnus Bride.
It looked like a post-apocalyptic thriller, so I'm
It's
putting
a
it in my.
short anime, but it's dope. How many episodes is it? Man, watch that.
Um,
I'll put it on my
it
watch list if
is
it's
got to
on
be like a
Crunchyroll.
12. It's short. No, it's a 24.
That ain't short, nigga.
I just
That's commitment.
that's short, nigga. You tweaking. Man, we got
I'm
lightweight over
tripping.
here, Reed.
I'm tripping. I
I'm
did
quiet
because I
because
can
I'm
say
actually watching JoJo right now. See, I know rated. You got us pulled up on
I'm tripping.
silent.
I'm
Put
tripping
down the
because
one in
I can
case we
say
say
that
something
24.
lit.
I can say that 24 not that long because I binge watched Vinland Saga from episode 6 to 24
You
in a day.
welcome.
So I can say that,
You
yeah,
welcome.
I said, you said you welcome last
You
stream.
welcome.
Oh, my mama, boy, that shit get a 10 out of 10 for me.
That Vinland
Like
lit.
three things.
Hey,
You
bruh.
get a 10 out of 10 for me for the
That last
characters.
that last episode different.
That last episode make your ass be mad. It'll make your ass cry and it'll make you be like, man,
And then at
what's
the
next?
end it said prologue ended. And I'm just like,
Right. And then I like how
I said
you
prologue?
literally
This
get
a
a
prologue?
beginning, a clear cut beginning, like it start with Thor's. Like my nigga Thor said, I'm done. I don't want to kill niggas no more. I want a family. I
And
want to
his
be able
daddy
to live.
and his daddy was shit, Sean. Like his daddy was that nigga.
His daddy
Like
was literally the mud. Niggas
if
had to
I
get it out
ever
of him.
if I ever write if when I write my manga
If
and
that
and
nigga
I
had a
make my
Thor
dad
song,
character if I make my
got
dad
to
when I
be
make my
Thor.
dad character, he that nigga. Cause that
Got to
nigga
be Thor's,
different.
bro. Thor's was
And he
different.
died standing up. You know how goated you gotta be to die standing up?
And
While
then you
holding your
know,
little one? Real nigga,
and
bro.
then he right here giving orders on his last breath. Yeah, I know y'all got to make sure they don't do that at the village. Make sure you tell my wife so and so.
Real nigga.
And
Real
let's talk
nigga.
about little Thorfinn. Thorfinn got to be one of the cleanest. Oh, I'm on your head. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Nah,
Oh, you told me
that nigga a
to go
school
get a
shooter.
bag.
That nigga not goated yet. He a school
You
shooter
want me to
though.
go get a bag?
He
He was goaded. I can say that I didn't like him
he
until he got
raw.
his real first fight scene. When he chopped up on when Askeladd told him, "Oh, I do you if you go get a captain head for me." He was like, "That's it." My nigga took
Oh
off on the
yeah.
horse. He jumped up there and he snatched the sword out the air, put the knife in his mouth. Walk down. I say that's a real walk down right there. He walked down about 12 people to get to bruh in the back, chopped his shit off, and went on his way.
No, when he was like, who is the like the captain? And they all
Yeah.
looked at the captain. He was like, I
Yeah,
bet.
he was like, I bet you in the back, I'm coming for your ass.
Nigga different, bro. Nigga different.
Thorkill was one of my favorites too because he was really one of them niggas that was like, my favorite scene in it was when him and his gang pulled up and they was like, yeah, we trying to join y'all. Them niggas said, y'all not gonna go to Valhalla if y'all don't pick them swords. So y'all dying. Y'all can't escape that.
He's like,
It's
y'all
done.
pussy. Y'all switched on
Y'all
y'all
pussy.
mans?
He was
And
like,
think
y'all
we
ain't gonna
gonna
pick y'all
join
swords up.
them?
He's like, y'all ain't gonna at least pick y'all swords up so y'all can go to Valhalla because y'all dying regardless. Y'all ain't stepping out this hole.
He
I
said
was
you
like,
gotta have an
oh.
honorable death, and he started crying. And he was, that nigga
And he's
started
like, you ain't gonna
crying.
pick your. He's like, you ain't gonna pick your axe up and like try to fight back. I
Just
was like,
swing.
I
I give you first
guess.
swing.
He was like, I guess.
Yeah.
Then one of my other favorite scenes was when Askeladd was out there fighting them niggas. They jumped him. Remember when they jumped his ass at the end?
Yeah.
And the nigga had stabbed him in the armor in the back. He turned around and cleaved that nigga from the helmet down. I was like, oh shit.
Y'all hype for season 2 of Records of Ragnarok?
That's one of my favorite mangas
Gotta
right now.
finish. I gotta finish the first one.
That's one of my favorite mangas
I'm gonna
right
get
now.
back to you in a couple of days after I watch it, but I don't know. I ain't even finished the first one.
Yeah, we could talk about it. That's one of my favorite mangas right now, and I picked it up at the beginning of Adam versus Zeus. I've been on that shit since
Oh
Adam versus
wait,
Zeus.
I'm thinking, why am I thinking of Records of Ragnarok? I thought it wasn't getting a second season.
It is getting the second season.
It
They
is
got to
getting
show
a
the
second
rest of these.
season.
They got to show the rest of these
Yeah,
fights, my boy. They
yeah.
got to.
They do. They do.
Then they
I
put
don't
then
know if
they
I'm
put my boy
hype.
Buddha.
I
They
don't
put
know
my
if I'm
boy Buddha
hype.
in the cover. When I
That's
seen Buddha, I was hype. When I
you
seen
know
that they was gonna put Buddha, I was hype.
it got banned in what's the
Indonesia,
who's the Shiva? Who's Shiva's god?
Indonesia,
Is it Indonesia?
I believe it is.
They banned the show because of that, like because of how they
Because he
depicted
fight right,
Shiva
because I think he fight right rating, and I think he lose, and how he lost is what they didn't agree with.
to
I think is
Shiva.
what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
rating
like
is
they
even
did
fight,
not.
and
They're
rating
not
win. I think
China and whoever Shiva's got it. They are not fucking with records of right. Like
it
they've
is
been
fire
like
though.
fucking like, nah, they're mad. Like they did not like how they was being depicted, which it's a Japanese show. I get
Yeah,
it, but
and I will say that, like, if you read it, it does depict some of the stereotypes in the figures. Like, you see Jesus in the stands watching the Record of Ragnarok fight, and he make a comment about Buddha.
mhm.
That's a comment that only a person that's a Buddhist would think a Christian would have about them.
Yeah.
So like I understand that part of it, but I feel like when you reading something like that, that encapsulates almost every culture in a sort of kind of way. Because
Mhm.
if you look on the list, like this is how I decided I was gonna read it. I was like, let me see what the match, not the matchups, but let me see who the characters are gonna be, because they do tell you off rip the rosters who the fight's gonna be. I
Mhm.
looked at the gods roster and I seen the Egyptian pantheon, Norse gods, Chinese gods, Japanese mythos. I seen almost something from everywhere on the god side. I was like, I'm gonna read this shit because I want to see how they're gonna depict
How
them.
many Christian guys they got in there? Like who all like they got just Jesus?
I don't think that like Jesus makes a cameo in the stands. He's
No,
watching.
I know that Reed. That's what I'm saying. But some cultures are literally like protesting this shit
Like they
because
changed some
they
of
are
the names in the
mad.
anime. They changed some of the names in the anime for that reason. Like they changed Adam's name for his powers, probably to not like piss Christians off. Cause his
But
name,
that's
his
the thing.
allies,
How you gonna not piss Christians off, but piss fucking
his Indonesians off or
yeah,
whatever
and
Shiva's
piss
god is from.
Chinese off. Listen, go do something over there.
Cause
Go.
I say they did a good job representing Chinese and Japanese folklore on both sides. So like they had humans that was like real known, like the dude that fought Poseidon, he was known as like the greatest samurai ever. And they got Louis Bu, one of the greatest like commanders of the Chinese army ever. Them like one of the first two fighters that you see. Then you get the King of Kings. My boy Qui-Lan Jin is from China.
You got to take fiction with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's how I feel,
We know
especially when it's
that,
on culture.
Hikari. We know that, but some cultures do not play about their gods.
Don't, because it's a respect
Like,
thing. Like we live or die about this.
they still like, especially like, it's a to me, it's a difference of like gods that you still worship, like Christianity, fucking Islam, um like gods of like today versus like mythology gods, which I don't really like see mythology like people who like worship mythology like really being upset because that's how they're depicted. But like you
Right.
don't see like Hinduism. That's what it is. Hinduism.
Hinduism. Yeah.
Like they still worship Shiva
Shiva.
in them.
Um,
So that's just like us like still worshiping Jesus in them. So I get it, but it's just like how you gonna piss off one group over the other? Like you're like because America's so big, they're like, oh, we cannot piss off Christians, but you gonna spit in
Cause
the
the
face
name,
of
cause
fucking.
the name change was
But no,
crazy as
like,
fuck.
but that's the thing. People bring up shit like South Park, but they literally that's like a fucking what's it called? What's it called? Um, like it's a show about like it's literally comedy, like, but it's
Sitcom.
dark, but it's dark humor, like super dark. Like they cross the line with everything. So you can't use South Park versus an anime that's
Right.
like You
Is the
don't see
anime not
prime
gonna
example.
yeah.
You're not gonna see them fuck up the Japanese gods. Like you're not gonna see Japan fuck up
No,
Japanese
they
gods.
won't fuck up their commies. They
They would
refuse to do that.
not. They would not fuck up Japanese gods
Actually, now
for
that
the
you say
same
that,
reason they won't fuck up
Susanoo
Christianity
is
gods. Get
now
damn.
that you say that Susanoo is one of the gods in the tournament. He just had fault check.
But
But
that's what I'm
Susanoo
saying.
is
But
one of
they're
the
gonna
gods.
build up. But that's what I'm getting to. They're gonna build up the Japanese gods to make sure that they're
Yeah,
depicted in a glorified way, and they're gonna make sure Americans are depicted in a glorified way. But I be damn if they're gonna shit on Chinese gods just because Japan don't fuck with China.
yeah.
So they're
Like
gonna shit on those gods.
the only good representation. Well, you already seen it with Buddha. Buddha beat like the
India can
Chinese.
get mad when their production values for their movies get better. No, you can't do that. That's so
Like it's
fucked
kind
up.
of crazy that you say that because they kind of did it both ways. Buddha fought like the Chinese demon and wiped his nose with his ass. It was
But
almost like
Buddha
a
is
duck
also
hunting.
in Japan. Buddha
Yeah,
is
he's also in
universal.
Japan.
So
And then
like
you got the
they're gonna
but
depict
let me
him
tell you,
right.
this the scene with the Chinese nigga that's the king of kings. He came in and disrespected the Greek guy, and I thought that was crazy. When he walked in on the chair that Ares is sitting in, and he's like he blind. He just know it's a chair there. He like this chair feel like it's meant for a king. He flipped Ares out the chair and sit on that hoe. And Ares, like a mortal man, just flipped me out of my seat. He's like, you was sitting in the seat of a king, right? He's like, and
Hmm.
I'm the only king around. I'm the king of kings, and that's like
Yeah,
his introduction. But
but
he's
that
like a
but
Chinese dude, though.
but that's like Greek gods are not being worshipped in Greece anymore.
Yeah, because Greece is not like still on that. They're modernized. They're not on that
Yeah,
still
that's what I'm
like
saying. Like the world damn near is what like 80% Christianity and what's
yeah,
the rest? Like you got
Muslim.
but Muslims, Buddhism. Um, I
Turks.
know there's other like religions like the Ethiopian shit. Like, but they all like most all religion now all like fall under the same like biblical
Same
texts
thing.
and
Yeah.
stories and stuff that they preach. But still though, they're not
It's
going.
like even for an anime, uh they changed the Christian story of the Adam and Eve thing. Like when you see Adam's
Yeah,
backstory
no,
to his
I knew it's either Christian or Muslim. Like Muslims is like, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're not gonna see like them write a manga about Muslim gods and fucking fuck them up. Like you're not gonna
yeah,
see that. You're never gonna see that. Like
it'd be too much of a backlash
Muslims
across the
will
world.
like send a fucking assassin out to
Yeah,
take them
it'd be
niggas.
too much backlash across the world. Like it wouldn't just
Yeah.
be in that one place. It'd be around the
That's what
world
I'm
because,
saying.
like you
Like
said,
Muslims are everywhere. Like but that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like they go hand in hand with Christianity. Like they're not like you're not gonna depict Jesus in no like different like awful
yeah.
way.
Because in the show, he looked like normal, like white Jesus, how he looked on that famous painting that he's in. Normal
Mm-hmm.
white Jesus, and like he didn't say nothing crazy. He just made a comment about Buddha, and underneath they just told you who he was: Jesus Christ, Son of God, Son of Christian God. That's what they said under the subtext. So like you just knew who he was, and he just made a little comment. He was like Buddha. He's like, it's my best friend Buddha out there, or something like that. He said something along them lines. Because in the story, Buddha had kind of did. He was fighting for the gods at first. Then he look at the gods and he like, who are y'all to command the one that's above all? And he fight for the humans. In the fight that he do that in, they make it to where like they like fuck that. That don't count. It's just a
Yeah.
throwaway. We're gonna do another fight.
He said they would never have 500 planes. I'm not gonna say the rest of that to get banned. uh,
You can't say that out loud, man.
they would, but everybody hates America, so that's why But that's a like
That's a good
America.
person.
Everybody hates America because America thinks like they're big dogs still to this day, which it is what it is. I don't feel like getting in all that.
We're not politicians, people.
No, I'm pro black.
It's about as political.
But you know what they won't do though? They not gonna fuck with no African gods. I damn sure
I
Bet
got to
that.
look on there and see if it is one, because I think the closest they get to it is Egyptian guys,
Egyptian.
because
But that's what I
Osiris is
hate.
on that list.
People think Egypt isn't part of Africa, and like
Yeah,
people think Egyptian gods are like their own separate thing. Like they're still part of the African gods, but they're still gonna like make sure the Egyptian gods are fucking dope as shit.
like I can't wait to see how Osiris look. Like it would be crazy if like you know how he's depicted as like a black dog. It would be
Hmm.
as a humanoid black dog. It would be crazy if they put them same characteristics of a black dog on him as like a person, as a human being, to see him like that. But he's a god though, so he don't necessarily have to look like a person.
Hmm.
But that would be
Which
kind. I
one?
want to see like 112.
Oh. What else want to talk about?
The Norse guys do look dope in Record of Ragnarok. I like how Odin looks, how he don't talk. He had them birds on his shoulder. That's how he talk. That's real Norse mythology. And he was speechless. He's considered
He
like them
wasn't
birds that
speechless. He
he
wasn't
wasn't
speechless,
speechless.
but I
But
think
the
one of the
birds say his
rooms,
thoughts.
yeah, the one
Like
was
I
his
think the
memories
left
and one
one,
was his like knowledge, like that would tell him everything that
yeah.
happened throughout the day and stuff like that.
I was gonna say I think the black one is like his knowledge, and the white one is his thoughts because they always talk to each other and they don't interact with other people.
No, it's memories. Like it's like the
I
so
was talking
like
about in the show, like in
oh
the anime, it's like
okay.
that. Like they, one of them is like his thoughts, and like the other one is like I think like what he would say because they never talk to each other. They always talk like to him, or they're talking to somebody else. They'll never
Hmm.
say nothing to each other, and they
Yeah,
sit on opposite shoulders, and they black and white.
yeah.
I,
That's how it is, and well, close to real mythology. I want to know who created all these, like who created like the mythology gods, like.
it would be crazy if they was real people at one point in time. Like they were people, and
Hmm.
these were like their legends that they had. That's how I like to think about it.
Well,
Like these
that's
were once
how
people at one point.
that's how they say some of the Greek gods were actual like Olympian, like people who won like the Olympics, and then
Yeah.
was like made like they looked at them as like kind like how what's the best like okay, how we talk about Muhammad Ali, like how he was just amazing at like fighting and like how his stances and stuff was, but he also was a great person, like the people's champ and all that. That's how they talk. Like that's how some of the Greek gods are.
And I could see that because
That I think like Hercules. Like I think like
yeah, I
Hercules
would
is
say
one of them.
like people like Hercules, but like if you want to take it a step further, if you look at like people that have specific jobs as gods and they aren't like celestial things, like
Hmm.
his bro name Hermes. Hermes
Yeah.
is a messenger god. That could just be a person that's like kind of fat. He's faster than the ordinary person to go from place to place. And they're
Hmm.
like, oh, that's the god of Hermes. He's dropping us the good word off.
Yeah.
It could just be a normal everyday person, like as far
Oh
as
no,
he
no,
wouldn't
that they
ordinary.
made that nigga Hermes up. They
Yeah,
made
like
like
I
people
just
like Hermes and then they made up. I think it's when
yeah.
you get to like the warriors, like
Achilles. I feel like
Athena
people
or
like
some shit.
yeah, I feel like people like Achilles were real warriors. Like, but an Achilles heel was probably like his disability. Like he had a defect in his leg and that one heel or something like that, and that's why like you get the story Achilles heel,
No,
his Achilles heel.
I feel like they didn't fucking know what that shit was, and the nigga like was laying on the ground and
Got his ass in the leg
took his
because
kneecaps out and was like,
how
"Nah,
it
nigga,
happened
you
in
finna
the
die
movie.
right now."
How it happened in the movie was crazy as fuck. If you've ever seen Troy, it was fun, and the little bastard just bounced the arrow off the ground, and he happened to pick his foot up at the wrong time, and it hit him in his foot, and he died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some shit like that, and
Lucky ass shit.
the reason he died it was because like he already took damage. You know what I'm saying? Lost the blood and shit like that. Like he died over. Like he didn't die instantly, but he died laying there like fuck. I'm supposed to get out of this and I can't
Yeah,
walk.
because yeah, he can't walk. That's what I would say. Like when you take a person's ability to walk away from them
A
and they
lot of
already about to die,
a
they
lot of
lose
word
all
of
their
mouth
damn.
exaggerated. People exaggerate and then the stories get, yeah, that like that's how I view a lot of mythology gods. Like literally how we talk about Mike, like how we talk about boxers, in 100 years they're gonna be like the American gods, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad
LeBron
Ali,
James.
like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Michael Jordan, like the American gods are going to be like the niggas we seen in like the '60s to like the 2000s, cause like
Like, that's kind of crazy. I like that. I can't really say that. That I thought about this right here. In Norse mythology, they have different realms. Like they say that these beings and these people that come from these different places. How do you explain that? With like they was just people.
Reese said, "Slow down." That's joint number 5.
Hey, hold on, because it's just my second one. And you the
Second
first
to
one that keep
you.
track.
Second to
Yeah,
you.
second to me.
Nigga, you be
You the
busting
first
them
one they
hoes.
keep. I be busting these hoes. Read the first one that they kept track. And remember we talked about that too. I was like, I'm gonna ask a person do they keep track of how much I be smoking in it. It'd be funny if they give me an accurate ass number. I really you be seeing me just spark this hoe and put it back down sometimes. It's really just my second.
Bro, no, it's not. You be on that
Yes, it
bitch.
is. This is my second one.
Um,
It's something else that's crazy that you want to
the
talk about.
Studio Trigger, the Studio Trigger Star Wars one with is they did two of them. The one
They
with
doing the one with the Ronin. They giving it a series. I think I told you that already.
the Ronin, which Ronin one? It
The
was like
one
two
was
of them.
it was the one where he dueled the girl and she was like a lightsaber red. They giving that a whole series.
Oh, okay. The black and white one. That I ain't really. I mean, that
I
one's
don't think it's
cool.
gonna be black and white. I think they gonna make it
Well,
color,
I
but you
know
know they
that,
gonna put
but
it in a
that was the
series.
one that that was the least one that I would rather like have a show.
I like the other one a little better too. I
Which
can agree
one?
with you though. The
Which
other
one?
one that they had, not that one, the other one.
That
That was
one
like the
Studio
less time.
Trigger. None of those.
That one
I
studio
ain't even mean
trigger.
to Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger, like so. The first Studio Trigger one was the one where they're out in space and it's the twins, the brother and the sister,
Oh, I
and
didn't know they made that one.
they're in the twin. Yeah, because they made it like Kill a Kill,
Yeah,
and it's like super exaggerated and shit, and like they fighting in space with the fucking crystal turn from red. That shit was hype. And then the second Studio Trigger one was the one where it was the black dude. It was the dude and his pad on was black, and they fought that old guy, and that old guy beat they ass like
you
he
on their
was.
fucking head. That was
Yeah,
the one that I like. I like that one.
I want that to get a show. Like I want the ones that take place years after the fucking like sequel trilogy, like the Disney trilogy, and like give us a fresh start where like the Jedi's exist again, but they are not
Which
like
is
a
I feel
big
like the
ass
only
council.
good thing that come out of them trilogies is that they can continue from that because the teachers didn't necessarily die.
Yeah,
Like
but
how
no,
they
like I want them to take like give us like 100 years or so, and the Jedi
five
Order
goddamn.
are like rebuilding.
I want a big
Uh,
ass leap. Give us five where we get us a good amount of force users in them. Like we
Darwin's
get at
game gets a
least
second. I think it is.
that shit gonna be
I think
dope
it
as
is.
fuck.
I think I
I
heard
can't
about
remember
that.
my boy name, but his power. I read about his power because I was confused about how his power worked. I read about bro power. He's such a clean as fuck when it get developed later on because it is not what he think it is. It actually has a name and it's like a god power that he got. And they say that in the game, there's a luck of the draw type thing that you get a sigil that's blessed by a god. Like it's
No,
a
no,
god
no.
sigil.
That's what it was. It's not. It hasn't been renewed. That I'm sorry. I got it mixed up. It hasn't been
Darwin's
renewed.
game.
Yeah, like they like
That
this.
shit would be dope because the manga for it is clean as fuck. How they explain how the main character is really lucky that he got a god sigil. Like he got blessed by a god in his with his sigil. That's how it worked. I didn't understand how it worked in the first season of the show, so I had to go read it. You see, like the name of it, it makes sense when you know the name of it. I feel like
Yeah.
if you
I
do
haven't
you know
seen
anything
Darwin's
about
game.
it?
No,
Oh,
I haven't
you
seen
don't know
Darwin's
nothing
game.
about it, so I'm gonna let
Mm-mm.
you read it. But read, I read it and like the name of it when I understood like the name, I heard the name for the first time. When I read it, his power made more sense to me when they have it go nameless for so long. And dope.
No, I've been What anime? I really been catching up on fucking. I've been rewatching Bleach, but
Hey,
I've
I've been
been,
reading it, goddamn. I'm starting the Thousand Year Blood arc the other day,
but
and I
I'm
just been reading it.
uh I was fixing to start. I'm finna tell you, cause
I've
I
been
was
reading
catching up on
Sakamoto
Star Wars and
Days.
stuff, and I've been like sick and shit, and I had to like get my treatment yesterday, and I'm gonna start. I was gonna start Little Witch Academia for some reason. I don't know. It's just been calling me.
You
I
just
think
gotta
it's
just
cause
watch it, just to
yeah,
watch it.
yeah. Like that's on my list, and
Then I'm finna watch a little
fucking
Witch Academia.
what's some more
You
shit?
probably you probably want to watch it because it got that academia in it.
No, it's made by Studio Trigger.
Good enough of a reason, right?
Oh, damn. I just had fuck. What's the name of it? Abyss. Made in Abyss. I want to
What
watch.
you watching it at?
I have. It's on
I see you
Amazon
later,
Prime.
Hikari. It's on Prime.
All right, Hikari. Be safe, my boy. Thank you for stopping in. This not, being lit with us tonight. Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. And then I've been getting my Crunchyroll back up, and I redid my list. Like I went through all of Crunchyroll and remade my entire list from Funimation over to Crunchyroll because now everything's starting to disappear from Funimation, which fucking
Mm-hmm.
sucks. And it's sad to think about that. And so I went and did like my list.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, deep. Mm.
And inside each list is like the different shows and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been so I had to separate everything. In my main list that I'm like focused on right now, I'm going to start what is it?
Cause
Like
I
my
may have watched some of it already. I may have seen some of these that you finished start.
well this show called Straight Title Robot Anime. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I don't know what it is. What's it about? But it's just like shit that like was like on like my list or whatever. Like Prince, like Priceless Smiles, like just a bunch of mech shit that I'm finna like bust through. Um, oh, that's what it. And then they are they're making an SS Gridman SS Dynazenon movie. Like instead of
Making a movie.
yeah, so like instead of making a third season, they're doing a crossover movie with the two series,
You don't see too many crossovers
and
no
I'm fuck.
more.
No, it's made by the same dude, and he makes like both of them, except
I'm
Dinah
saying though, you
Zenon.
still don't get that too
No,
often. Well,
not
like
for
a
real.
creator make a suit like you, like it would be crazy if, like how you said with Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, if it becomes a crossover
No,
like at
yeah.
the end. But you
So,
don't see that too often in manga, like the stories crossover like that.
mm-hmm. So I'm getting that. You know, I'm waiting on fucking Gundam Witch Queen.
When that
Fuck
shit come out, do it come out this year?
yeah, come out this year. Come out in a couple
No,
months. And then what is it? It
it,
was a
it's mid
psychic,
because I've been busting through.
infinite dendrogram. It's some weird shit. I was at the bottom of Crunchyroll finding some of this shit.
You at Dom list, Dom territory. He in the bottom of his shit like that because he's waiting on shit to come out.
Yeah, like that's really what it is. Like I'm waiting on Bleach. I'm
He waiting
waiting
on
on
October.
yeah,
Hey,
like I'm
that's what
waiting
Don
on
waiting
My
on. He waiting
Hero.
on October.
Oh, bro, I don't like. I just need to see if they do season 6 right with My Hero,
I
and I
feel
will be
like if they
happy.
come back and they do season 6 right, it'll save the trajectory that the show is going.
Yes, hell yeah.
It'll
Oh,
bounce it back
I
up
started
real hard.
Dragon Quest, which is fucking lit, cause it's just
Adventures of Die, the new one,
yeah, cause it's just Dragon
that whole
Quest.
is clean.
It's just it's the fifth video game.
I've never played the games before. Like, I've only just watched that show.
Oh
still
man,
going on, ain't it? Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
still
yeah, 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 yeah,
ongoing.
yeah.
I'm on like episode 88 because one of my homeboys he was on here in the beginning of our streams. Chris was on here. That's like his favorite show. He was like,
It's
I
lit.
still watch
Yeah, like
Dragon Quest to today, and I had to start watching it because he showed me a fight on that whole. That fought his daddy,
yeah.
but we went left on his ass.
But I'm not trying to rush through it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to like take my time with it because it's good. And I think I'm gonna start the Persona 5. I don't know if I want to finish the game and then start the Persona anime
Finish the
or
game and
wait.
start the anime.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm
It
gonna
made
do.
watching it a little bit more enjoyable because no,
No, not
on the
real. No, it's
character.
the same shit. It's literally the game story
It's
made
the
into an
same
anime.
game.
Yes,
It,
it's Persona 5 the animation. It's the same like how they did what's the game? The World Ends With You, the DS game.
mm,
They made it to
and
an
they made it
anime
into a show,
and it's a
and the show was
fucking
pretty dope.
yeah, like what you see in the show is what the game is itself. You cut off all the grinding. And
Which is
it
dope.
actually flows better for the show than the damn game because with the
I feel
game
like they gonna end up doing Kingdom Hearts like that eventually. When they get to the point where they ain't gonna, you don't think they'll give it a show? You don't think they would give it a show because of the Disney characters? It could be a way Disney got into the anime.
no, that's exactly why because the Disney characters. Like
It'll be a way Disney could get into anime with the whole Final Fantasy character
games
as the
like
main character.
games like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy would never get. Like Final Fantasy would get an anime about like taking place in a Final Fantasy world, but like a Final Fantasy game turning in like Final Fantasy 10, the animation would never happen.
I mean, like with Kingdom Hearts, do you think they would make it like a
No,
Kingdom Hearts
no,
series
that's
and
what I'm
it's like
saying.
an
Like
accumulation of the
they'd
story?
never do that. They would never like Square Enix don't do that now. The only things they do that to is Dragon Quest. You know what I'm saying? Like the only Final Fantasy anime was like some shit that took place. It was like some different
In that
shit.
movie, the Advent Children movie was pretty
Well,
cool.
no, they'll make a movie in a heartbeat. They got Advent Children, they got The Spirits Within, they got King's Glaive. They got it's
He's
a
like,
bunch of
okay.
Final Fantasy and it's a bunch of movies that take place in the same world with video games. But I'm saying Final Fantasy 7 the show would never happen. Final Fantasy 8 the animation will never happen. And like they don't even do that with like they barely let Dragon Quest do it. The only reason Dragon Quest gets it is because Akira Toriyama and the creator of the game, like the Dragon Quest V game, like they made a manga to it years ago, and so they're like for
Something
the
along.
anniversary, yeah, for the anniversary, they're redoing the manga, and they're like adding they're adding a bunch of shit that was in like the lore and shit, and they're putting it all in like the manga and the show. And so, and then we're getting like and they're saying that Dragon Quest 12 is like a sequel to like the show in Dragon Quest 5. Like whatever Dragon Quest 12 is gonna be like tied into whatever like the show and stuff
They'll
is
be
going
fine.
on.
It'll make watching the show
Oh
pay
yeah,
off.
that'd be super lit. Like even if it just takes place in the same world and it's years later, that's still
It
dope.
make the story paying off because you know the events already. Like you
Yeah,
don't have
like
to play through the events again.
yeah. So hearing like the story of the legendary hero and you
Ah,
know, like you like they don't never tell you the name. They
but
leaves it
it's Dotto.
ambiguous
Yeah.
because some games take place in the same world just years later. And when you play through the game, if you're a Dragon Quest fan, you be like, oh, this is such and such world, or oh,
Yeah.
this happened in such and
My
such.
nigga, cause my nigga dies hard with that shit. I can say it took me a minute to like get used to how the action was, cause it do kind of change a little bit as you watching it.
Cause they use 3D, like they're using 2D and 3D in certain
Yeah,
sections.
cause like when they're fighting a bunch of things, it's more like 3D stuff. But then when
Mm-hmm.
you get your cool effects, they look better because they draw them in 2D
Mm-hmm.
with the 3D background. It look better. So I can say like the moves and stuff, the little slash, all of that look clean because it's a 2D drawing with that slash effect on a 3D background. So
No,
it affects the environment like that.
yeah, when you get to like because of I mean the 3D shit's the future, but they are like they're trying to like push that shit forward, and
They
it's
doing
not
it in
that
One
bad,
Piece. Like,
huh?
so it's kind of doing it in One Piece. Like when since Luffy's fighting Kaido, I feel like they really gonna give it a big push when they show Gear 5 in the anime because they can do all that wacky shit and have a reason to use the 3D. So
I hope they don't do that.
I hope they don't do it like in a way that makes it look bad because you do have to emphasize that it's different from the rest of them. Like this is like where those powers get their base from with all his other gears. Because shit, it's the fact that it's like a Toonverse thing make it like, oh, they gonna try to use some 3D shit with it because of the effects they had with it in the manga, like with his eyes popping out and shit. It's real like, oh, they may try to 3D that shit to make the audience be like, oh, okay, cool. They're trying to go a different route with Luffy's form this time. Could be cool because they have kind of did it with him fighting Kaido, showing how much bigger like Kaido is, Kaido and Big Mom are than Zoro and them and Luffy and them on the ground.
Wait,
And that's
they using what? Like in the show, they use 3D for that?
like when they're fighting because like how they end one of the shows when Luffy's doing the King Kong Gatling on Kaido, that's
Mm-hmm.
3D because it goes around in a circle and you see the punches affecting him in the environment in the background as Luffy like keep punching him. And like even when this like the last panel showing you like the name of the episode in the end, you still see his punches hitting the fucking screen after that. So that's like how they use the 3D for that scene. That's like why I liked it when they was like, oh, it's peak piece right now. And they was like, oh, they dropped 3 fire ass episodes. That was like the third episode how it ended with the King Kong Gatling. And they kind of used a little 3D effect with it, showing how Luffy was just laying them hoes off on Kaido.
I think how they animated Roof Piece
Roof.
is how they're gonna animate like all the other shit.
Action shonen.
I
All
don't
the
think they're
action
gonna.
shonen gonna get that same treatment.
Yeah, like I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna risk changing some shit like that. Uh, like using three. Like nah. That and that's why I think like what was the point of superhero like trying to test like the three like the reaction to people watching anime in 3D, and that's why
And it's
like
being shown in Roof Piece already.
what
In like
3D?
little
It wasn't
ways.
no 3D in no rupees.
Not like 3D like how it is in that, but they're testing like the effects because Law's room shit look way cooler how they draw it in Wayno with that style, with the effect with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Even all the hockey stuff looks cool with the 3D effects with it. Like when Zoro did the little hockey slash in the beginning, when he was finna commit seppuku and he did the slash and it cut through the whole building and you
Mm-hmm.
seen the slash like generating it. It was just with a little butter knife at that. That was like cool to show that we got some big ass shit in store animation wise from these big ass moments there. Because I thought that was like a little moment, like you see Zoro do the little slash with the butter knife, and the hockey come out after he slashed the blade.
Mm.
Now he one of my favorite moments that they did, and it was kind of cool because it was quick, was when he did the fire ending, the one move that he learned with Odin's sword, and he cut Kaido blast breath in half. It was cool how they animated it because it showed him actually cutting through the whole thing.
Mm. I ain't seen
Ruffy's
all of
been
it
fine.
yet.
Ruffy's been clean. I've been keeping up with it since they been in Wano. When they said that it was gonna take off with him and Big Mom, when all of the big characters showed back up,
Yeah.
and with all Kid, Zoro, and Luffy, when they all popped back up on the scene, they was like, that's when it's gonna take off. The animation gonna hit the ceiling, and that's when I've been keeping up with it.
All right, Reed, man, take it
All right,
easy.
Reed. I
Good
see you
night, my
later, my
boy.
boy.
Appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you for the donation. I love you. We'll see you. We'll see you next.
We gonna have to take you out to Applebee's.
Take them out, wine and dine 'em.
Fine and dine 'em.
Yeah,
How you like your steak, player?
yeah. We have to give you some shrimp and lobster.
was gonna be our little catchphrase for this episode. Y'all ain't had one.
Wait, what? No, we
Remember
just
we
started
named
one.
we
What?
named the last episode the better the internet get the worse life is.
Oh yeah. What? What would this?
Roof piece.
No, we
Roof
not.
piece.
No, definitely not naming it no rupees. We ain't said nothing yet. That
We
was.
ain't said nothing crazy that was like on the stream so far.
I don't know. It may just be here. Wine and dining.
We gonna wind it down, you player. That'd be fine. Shit, wind it down. That'd be cool. We had a lit ass comment section on this episode. The comment section was off the chain. I'm gonna start watching The Boys now that their season is over with. They said my boy Jensen Ackles went off in that whole with Soldier Boy.
Wait, the boys?
Yeah,
Like the TV show The Boys on Amazon Prime?
yeah. The dude that played Dean on Supernatural, he
Oh,
played Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, like
Yeah,
the
the
actual
character Soldier
hero
Boy.
Soldier Boy. I was like,
Yeah,
why was Soldier
he,
Boy on The Boys? Oh, but
he
yeah.
didn't play Soldier Boy, and they said he went off in that hole. Like the one little scene in that scene, man, he was like, "Fuck you." He said, "Stay down, fuck you."
Mm.
And I like how they did. I read the comment. I like how they did the black superhero. I forget what his name is all the time. But his like
Speed dude.
weakness,
A
not the speed dude,
A Train.
Noir. Black Noir. I think that's
Oh,
the dude that wear the all black in him. I like how they did his scene. I why that was the reason why I wanted to watch the third season. When you get his backstory with why he's like related to Soldier Boy, and it show you his brain damage. Like the reason that he sees it as a cartoon is because he has brain damage, and you don't get that until the end. Like he sees the memories that he's reliving on the screen.
yeah,
The people in it are like cartoon animal characters that talk. Like Soldier Boy, when he's remembering it, is like this eagle, but he's dressed up like Soldier Boy, and he's
yeah,
whooping, and that's how he's remembering it. But later on, as it goes on, you see like something happen, a little fight happen, and Black Noir had brain damage, and like you seeing the characters like that in the real world is his brain damage, like his how he sees that.
that's that's fucking fucked up. Weird.
Yeah, it's fucked up because if you don't read the comics, you wouldn't know that him and Soldier Boy and Homelander are like related in a way.
Yeah,
So shit, it was cool for me as a comic book reader of the boys. I don't like the comic because it is over the top for no reason. It's like they tried to make a Justice League version of Invincible, study of Invincible,
yeah.
and make it like really like
The Boys
real
came out
X rated.
before Invincible.
Yeah, and like that's why I like Invincible so much because I read Invincible first, and then I had found the boys because I wanted something that was
Oh
still on that ultra
no,
gore.
The Boys was like out. Like that was like the cringy comment that all the white boys that
Yeah,
drunk
I
Monster
can see
read
it, and
in
I can see
school.
why. Like read it, and I can see why. Like it's one of them like red label books. Like you ain't gonna read this whole and like be okay with what you see throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a good job of that with the first like two seasons of the show. They do a real good job of making it like some real superhero shit. And some of it is like real cringe shit too. Like, damn, it's like real life
No,
shit
nah. Like I
sometimes.
watched a couple episodes. It's really like fucked up.
It's
I
real
don't know.
fucked up as far as like how they look at the superheroes.
Oh yeah, like they. Mm, it's just
That shit
so
crazy.
weird. I And then they're making like season 3 like to the orgy. It was like this big orgy issue comic.
That's an orgy in it.
Yeah, like season 3 is based off the comic issue where it was like a big ass orgy with all the superheroes and shit. And it was like disgusting. And it's coming out. Like season 3 is gonna be that.
So I'm watching this and I'm expecting to see an orgy in here somewhere. Ooh,
Hmm.
Lord.
And not just like one, like all the superheroes and all the super females. Like yeah, like they go on like it's like a
Why did this
vacation.
happen? Oh, why
They
did this happen?
for no reason, like they literally wrote this shit for angsty, horny young teens.
Angsty, horny young
Yeah,
teenagers.
that didn't get no
Lord have
kind of
mercy.
play.
Cause like I like this is the reason why I tend to like some Superman clones, cause they make you realize why you like Superman so much. I fucking hate him. He's such a fucking bitch. I hate Homelander, bro. And
Yeah.
then like how they write him to be such this masochistic ass dude. And then like you see these other versions of Superman, like Omni Man. Omni Man, one of my favorite Superman clones, because of how different he was with his
Mhm.
origin, how his powers work, how that flight and shit work. It was real like different from Superman, but then Omni Man was still like that nigga like fuck around and find out
Mhm.
some shit that you'll never get from Clark. He'll never do some shit like that ever, unless he being mind controlled or something. That nigga legit said, "I got a plan, and this was my plan, and I'm going through with it." I can't. That's why I like Underman. Nolan was that nigga to me in Invincible. But then like you get somebody like Homelander, like that's a knockoff Superman, and they try to make him like this ultra masochistic ass dude, and it don't work. It don't work. Like it play off in the scene sometimes. Like, oh, he's just a dickhead in the scene. Fuck
But
Homelander.
that's the point. The my thing is just like I don't know why the fuck he come up with a name Homelander
That shit is
like
so
that. Like
basic. Cause like you could have did some shit. I would even say All Might is somewhat of a Superman clone. And he got his own fucking name. All Might.
no, All Might is a Superman clone, but his makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean shit like Homelander. Okay.
I hope they thoroughly explain what how the quirk like mutated with him.
I hope they do, because he got plenty of time to do it with how he ran this ending.
Yeah.
Did you read the last chapter?
Uh yeah. Big three are starting, you know.
My boy finna get his awakening, I feel like, cause like I had
Who's
told
Sun Eater?
oh, but I think Bakugo finna get his awakening, because if you look on the last panel, I don't know if there's tears or he's crying, but it's blowing up as it's going down his face. When has he ever been able to control like sweat
Oh
in that
no,
small of a thing?
the next chapter gonna be straight Big Three.
Yeah. The next chapter going, I don't feel like we gonna see Bakugo again until he get up and do something. Like he just watching right now because he hurt.
I want to know how long it's gonna take Deku to get there. That's
I
how I'm
wanted to
at
see
this
who
point.
met him in the middle. The only way we gonna know how long it's gonna take him to get there is we need to find out who is like met up with him over the middle of the ocean. Because who is my question that I always had. If it's not heroes, who else could it be
It's
besides
not.
villains?
It's not. Yeah, like it's villains because the first user was literally saying like I got a bad feeling about this. So like,
Yeah, like it couldn't have been nothing good, especially with like that little chime in, like, oh, I got no good feeling about this. And then he by himself.
hmm
So my whole thing was, I was like, it's Nomu or it's villains or something, because when they all got split up, they got threw away out the way, and the villains was the people that threw him out the way. So
I hope it's I hope he repays that scene off at the beginning of season two. I forgot what chapter it is. When he's like looking down at all those like villains, and I think it's like no moves or whatever, and he like go like he just like is implied that he kills the whole group or whatever. I hope like we get something that like pays that off, where it's just like he's pulling up and it's like he like all of them are pulling up and he just one shots all of them, and it's just
like they
like
all flying in, and he just get as like a kick or something, and it's
yeah,
over.
and
He
it
just
shows
fall
like
out
the
the air.
growth of where our boy is at now. Like
Cause I say they did a good job of that when he stopped the in the what do they call them hoes? When he stopped the avalanche from coming down, and he showed how much percentage he could do at one time. I was like, that was a good like little time to show us where he's at right now, because we
the
haven't seen him fight
avalanche.
anything. Can't remember if that was like something recent and he was at like what percentage is he at right now?
I don't
Cause I
know.
remember the number. It was like he did the kick, and he was like, "Yeah, that was a percentage," and that was like his highest percentage at the time. It was after he came back from being gone, the vigilante thing. It was right before the vigilante thing, actually, right before this last war.
I think you're mixing up something. He ain't never kicked no
I may be.
avalanche.
I can't remember because all I remember is that it was a percentage, and I was like, "That's a good chime in to let us know like Deku was at like I think it was like 35 or 40 or something like that." He was like, "That was my first time letting off with Dakota Smash at 35 or 40% from this far away or something like that." I can't remember if that was like the panel, but I remember he kicked some, and he was like, "Yeah, that was like a 35 or a 40% smash."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, I
But
can't remember because it was a little while ago, and I was just like, "That's a good chime in to show us where he at." And then he got all these quirks, and I was like, "I want to see where he at now."
the last time you saw him use, hold on, he was fighting, and because he used a fake 100%. And then the first user, I think it was the first user he taught, he was like, you could only use such and such. Hmm. It's saying 45%, but I don't think it's that anymore. I think it's like
Yeah, like
60%.
that was like the last thing that I. It's like it has to be higher because he has more quirks. Because when he said that, it was before he got it was after he got Black Whip, but it wasn't before he got Float though. It was before he got Float, but after he got Black Whip, I believe. So it has to be higher because he has Float now. There's no way he can still be at 45 and he got five out of that. What? Six already? I would think it's probably at like 65 or 70. And they'll be at like 85 or 90 when he get a good grip on the last quirk or when he actually like use it. And then like the 95 or 100 situation. I feel like at the time.
I don't know. Like, that's what I'm trying to look at. Like, yeah, I don't think, I think he's like 60%. Like, he's
He got
no,
to be around there right now. It can't still be 40 something. He got more quirks.
no, the quirks don't mean shit. The him, like, him using the quirks don't mean nothing because they let, like, they all let him use it now. Cause they were locked behind they were locked because like his
He
body
had to
wasn't.
meet each other. He had to meet each of them and get to
They
know how
locked him
it felt.
because his body wasn't like gonna able to control all of it. Cause they let Black Whip out, and his body can control Black Whip or whatever. And so it's just showing me shit from 2 years ago. Now it's 45%. No, that's not it no
Yeah,
more.
that's like what I remember. It was that long ago because he hasn't like stated like a percentage for Deku for a minute since then. But like when he said that, it had been a while since he said something before that because I think it was like 15 or 20 before he said it was 45 that time. Last time they spoke on it. I just like the fact that he do keep up with it numerically, like how All Might did from the only use this much of a percent. Like I like how he keep up with it numerically like that because it makes it like more of a clear growth type thing. Like you can chart Deku from the beginning of the story to like where he at right now based
Well,
on the percentages.
I mean, I feel like it's bogus because of that. Like we're never gonna see him fully be.
100%. I feel
Yeah,
like
cause like we're at the end now, and he didn't get to train with it, and it's just like he has a quirk that lets him use fake, like a fake percentage, and so it's just like, well, how much is the real percentage? And is that the quirk that like allows you to go to like 1,000,000% and shit like that? Like I don't
And
know.
that's
It
the one
just
that's Fajin, the one that let him
yeah.
do like
Fajin
the
is the
extra
one that
shit.
like lets
Fajin is
him.
the one that gave him the extra limit or something like that.
Like Fajin
Yeah.
will let him like be at 30%, but let him use fake 100%.
And that's like what I thought was crazy about Fajin, cause they make it seem like that's what All Might shit was. Like it gives you a big boost.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how they make Fajin seem like it worked for All Might. Like that's like what the quirk factor for Fajin based itself on for All Might. And we just gonna make you real big and real strong.
No. I feel
And
like it mutated, but I feel like the quirk was like he was using like 100% and shit. But
yeah,
when he would go like 1,000% and like 1,000,000%,
that was
the
Fajin.
Fajin quirk was
Yeah.
activating. But because he said he never fucking used the quirks or anything,
There's no way to say that that actually was like a thing that happened. Like that's what
mm,
I'm saying. Like maybe like that was a way for it to manifest it in the mutation. Because like how you said, with All Might, it's almost like he only got certain ones. Like he only got the ones that were tailored to him. Like the whole physicality thing. Like he didn't get the whips, the float, none of that. He didn't get none of that. He just got a
I think he
mutation that was
got.
based on him.
I think float would be considered one of the mutations that was in there, because look how like his air compressed thing
He was,
worked. He could
yeah.
basically fly like
And then his jumping, like when he put Deku on his back and he took that big ass jump and he was just flying through the air for a minute.
yeah, like I feel
Yeah.
like because he was basically doing what Gran Torino did, and then like he would like change trajectory with air
A
pressure like
kick.
Nana and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, like
with a kick or something.
so it's just like I don't all my. That's what I'm saying. Like all my is confusing, and like they need to like clear that up because it's just like if you just chop it up to like oh he got it and then all for one mutated because he was the first person that didn't have a quirk, so it did whatever he was like his mind like whatever he was like wanting in his head, it literally created. So it's just like if all for one can create a fucking quirk, then why can't like that happen with Deku or some shit? But then like I get like they did it to be ambiguous so like Deku can have a growth percentage and like unlock shit and be cooler or whatnot and then turn into Spider Man. I get it. It's just when you think about All Might and All for One, it just
It
gets
kind of
clunky.
like, yeah, it kind of confuses you because like, it's like how we was saying in our video, if you get Prime all for one, that's kind of crazy because like how we be saying it fit his ego if he go back and he take his original quirk back to his original prime body and he tells Shiggy that was the last time I'm bailing your ass out. I feel like I could do this myself. Because when has he ever like not said that? Or he felt like he couldn't do better. That's just playing into his character. He played into that ego he got. Well, Davis Quirk to Shiggy saying, I want you to be so bad. Deep down, I feel like he know that Shiggy can't be who he is with his shit. Because like my saying in it, when you look at it, he had backup plans that show you that he didn't have faith in Shiggy. Because if he did, what reason would you have to have a backup plan for? If you know that the boy's body can handle your quirk,
Yeah.
if this is your prime candidate, why do you have a backup plan? If this your prime candidate, and you supposed to put it all on him, like how All Might put his all on Deku.
Yeah.
Alpha One is going, he in the middle on the fence about it, and if he get his body back, I feel like what you said is gonna come to pass. His ego is gonna kick in. I'm in my prime. All Might in his prime could barely
You
handle
know
me.
he's like doing like a Wi-Fi thing like between his bodies like
Yeah, like
he's
I'm finna
sending
go
like
see what Shiggy
signals.
doing.
No, he's controlling both of them. Like he's
Yeah.
fighting two fights at one time. He's fucking broken. Like,
Do you think then what would be crazy if I don't think that would happen because that would play too much into quirk singularity. I feel like
mhm.
if he would be like how you say he Wi-Fi connected. Well, what if he get all of his? he get his prime body back. What if he able to just snatch his quirk back from Shiggy because their Wi-Fi connected like that? He can just
No,
get it
no,
back.
no, no, no. Like
You
he
think
ain't
it's
gotta touch him.
what if that
No,
we don't know what? But
no.
listen though,
That
my
is
reasons.
that is no. That is
Listen though,
different.
we don't know what
That'll
Prime
never
All for One
happen.
can
No,
do. We don't
no,
know what Prime All for One can do though.
no, 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 no. I'm
That
not
would
even
be
gonna
crazy.
indulge in that. I'm not even gonna
That would
like
be crazy
remotely try to hype. That is no. That'll never happen.
because
Him
I
just
feel
take
like
his quirk back in the middle of a
because
fight?
listen though,
No,
what
bro.
if he? Because do you think if he go there and go get it back, do you think they gonna let him leave? If he go there to get it back,
He not gonna. He got a copy of his quirk. What
I'm
up, my
saying like
dukes?
I'm saying if he go back, like how you said, his ego gonna kick in. He got his prime body back. He go back to get his prime quirk. If Shiggy and them is just fun, like you think he just gonna
You're
pull up
missing
and
the
they just gonna let
point.
him leave?
He has a copy
I know
of the
he got a
quirk,
copy.
so he
He got
doesn't
the
need to get
copy in
the.
his body.
He
But
doesn't
I'm
need to
saying though,
go
what
back
if
to
he want his
Shigaraki.
original prime quirk back? Like he want
He
his back.
he don't need it. He got everything. Like he got it.
But then they say, well, I don't want to say that. Then they say, then the doctor mentioned that it is a difference in terms of like power and how they use it with each one. Like the one that Shika has is more complete than the one that All for One has. The copy
Yeah,
of it.
like yeah, the copy of it is like can only like that's what the quirk singularity theory. Like the copy, it's like copying a hard drive. Like
That's like
the
what I said
the
when I said
main
it would play too much into quirk singularity. How I said like this probably can't happen. That's why I feel like it can't
yeah
happen because
no
it'll play
like
too much into quirk singularity.
like just because you got a copy of the quirk, you cannot like the copy cannot do 100%. Like that's probably why his quirks are rebellion because it's a copy, and they're
It's
like
a copy of the original. And they don't have like the same like defenses as the
yeah
original.
like
Like it's weaker.
who know if the main quirk has something in it to her like once it takes a quirk it
It
just
makes
shuts
it
them up.
okay or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
because
Like
it's the main one. It's not like a copy. It's the main. Like this is where the source. Like I'm the source. This is where they
mm-hmm.
get their powers from. They would make sense because why would he keep like how they say he compiles quirks? Why would he keep like some of his strongest quirks like with his main like quirk if they don't like obey? It wouldn't make sense if that wasn't like a thing with it. If he could keep all his strongest quirks in his body and not have a problem of them obeying. So I feel like you may be right there. Like maybe the main body has something to it where like no matter what the
yeah
quirk
cause
obeys. Like it don't matter.
yeah cause you don't see Shigaraki over there like struggling and
Having
shit.
problems. Like his body's not fucking up on him. If anything, he told her is my body's adapting to me not being able to use my quirks. Y'all in trouble.
Yeah, like he like his body is like doing some crazy shit right now.
It's just like on this whole metamorphosis, you're the ultimate monster. I made you into the ultimate monster. And like but like that's what I keep saying with Alpha One's ego. What if he get there and he like these small fry, you got my original quirk. Why is you still give me back?
Like all like like all for Shigaraki is like
We all know who got the sticks right now.
all for one. Like it's
Yeah, no, he in
stated.
the driver's seat
Yeah,
and
he
Shiggy in the
like
passenger just watching.
and yeah, basically he's already consumed them and like Tinko is going to be the one that like fucking like he's gonna start
Rebel.
rebellion. He
Think that's
like
where it's gonna
he's the
start at.
only. I feel like he's the. I don't feel like I know. He's the only one that's in the main body that isn't absorbed and is going to be the one that like starts rebelling, and like disrupt everything and bring it to where like all for one loses control of Shigaraki's
You
body.
know what would be crazy?
What?
If that happened and the school fell at the same time. That would be crazy if them two things kind of happen together. Like you get the whole Tomura is rebelling and the
Hmm.
school fall, like for the heroes, like something bad for the villains happen, something bad for the heroes happen, the school fall.
But I mean, like Tinko. Tinko rebelling would do one or two things. Like, well, it's probably gonna do this. It's probably gonna make it to where like Shigaraki comes back conscious and is
He
able to
has control of his
yeah,
body.
he can get control back of his body and separate mentally from All for One, and then Shigaraki's going to awaken.
Because in the
And
beginning, didn't he say I never agreed to you taking the reins from me? Like, didn't he say that before? Like, I never
hmm
agreed to you like having my body like this.
yeah, that was when they was first mutating.
Like they had that conversation in the visual world, and he was like, "I don't give a fuck what you wanted to do. Like, this is what I wanted you to do."
Yeah.
That's like where the ego shit come into play at. Like, what does Shiggy do rebel when he do get like his separation? He like, I'm not even doing this shit. I don't care. Like, cause to him, he gonna be like, I'm not really doing this. Like, this isn't me. This is you doing this in
Yeah.
my body. So what if he had like that whole kitty thing, the video game shit? You helping me beat the final boss. This isn't me winning. I don't want to win like this. Like, what if he do something like that? That would be kind of crazy. It would be in his character because it would be childish. Like, you helping me win. I don't want to win like this. I want to win by myself. I want to be able to say I crushed them with my own two hands and not you helping me.
I mean, I could see that, or it makes it to where Shigaraki can like separate and then decay him eternally, kind of like how he's eating the other quirks inside his other body, like mentally. Like
Mm.
he just decays All for One. Or
That's like at a moment that Deku like hit his ass and it's over with. Like, that's a strike.
no, I don't know.
Clean. Like if you
It's
get that in the story somewhere.
it's getting real.
Convoluted.
Yeah, yeah, real. It's getting real.
Because like how I told you when we had our predictions, I feel like he started to get convoluted when he split the villain away from it just being one singular person. Like he's in three different places, like how you said. Instead of like, it would be more straightforward and not convoluted if it was just like Prime All for One as the final villain. And that's like how the war started. Like they started fighting Prime All for One, and Shigi was just like, right hand man, Junior, whatever. Like it played off like that instead of All for One being in control of these three bodies. They have made it like less broken up because they'd all be in the same place, if you get what I'm saying. In some type of way like that. But I feel like he kind of made it a little bit of that. Oh, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna stay here. And he gave All for One three different options to be in three different places at one time. He chose to.
How's it in three? What's the third? You keep saying three.
But not three, but two. I keep saying three. I mean to say two. In
Uh,
two different places at the same time. Because like how you said, if it's like a Wi-Fi thing, if Endeavor do kill his ass, or something happens to Shiggy, what's gonna happen to that quirk? Like if Shiggy does like catch a fatal blow out there and he finna die, like then that Wi-Fi, what's gonna happen to like the original quirk that's over there? Like, is he gonna die with him? Is he gonna have
yeah.
to like come back and get it? Will like
No,
the other quirks,
he
does
can
this
take
like
like
copy like die off?
no, like if that body. So how they write quirks? Quirks are inside the body even after death. But if he was to come to over his dead body, he can take the quirk back. But he already has the quirk, so I don't think he can take.
That would be
And it's
his own
already
quirk back.
proven that like All for One's quirk type cannot take multiple quirks at a time, like at the same time.
At a time. And that's kind of clean for the fight that could be set up for Deku because it doesn't necessarily have to be kept at an arm's length. Like he could actually fight him because let's say he do get a hand on him, he can be like, oh, I can't use Black Whip no more. Like that's just one little quirk that he lost
No,
in
no,
the
no,
fight.
no. That's not
Or
gonna
something
happen.
like that.
That's not gonna happen. Like so, if he was to take All for One, if he used to take One for All, he's taking all of the quirks with One for All.
Or he's not gonna take them one at a time like that. He's just gonna
No,
take the
because
whole
One
thing
for
in a
All
package.
is mutated to like
Yeah.
it's his own thing now. But It's weird. It's convoluted. It's so it gets
It's
messy.
convoluted as
We don't
hell
know
because
even
I
we don't
feel
even
like
know if that's possible. Like he could take. I'm going off of what they did with nine, and because nine had could take quirks, but nine couldn't take one for all because it was multiple quirks. But
type deal. He would. They made it seem like he would have to take each quirk from the base and
hmm
then take the base, right? Like that's how they made it
yeah,
seem.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's
And
by
that's
my
like how
knowledge.
I'm
That's
saying
how
with
it's,
the All for One thing.
the and
I
then by
wouldn't want them to do that with Deku.
no, they're not gonna take Deku's quirks. Like if anybody
No.
could take all that shit at one time, would be one for all. But and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's what it stated that he can do it, but that like you have to overpower Deku's like will, like like his soul basically.
Yeah, cause I like how you said with nine that was like an idea for an ending. And, he got to share the power with Bakugo because he wanted to. Like the users accepted Bakugo's like will at the time. Like, yeah, we need
No,
you
they
in
didn't
here with
accept
this.
him. That was Deku's will, and it was just like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying, but we're not gonna stay with Bakugo.
Yeah, like we'll lay him in for the moment because you need him. His life or death. But
hmm
after it's all said and done, it's gonna go back to just being you.
No, it's like when it was
Shit.
all said and done, because he did that heroic thing, like because he was like because he did that selflessly, they was like commended him, and then they was like, we're gonna stay, which is some
And that would
bullshit,
have
but
Yeah,
I
that would have been like some crazy ass shit to see that it was like a group thing instead of it being like a La Pass on thing, like how it was with All Might and Deku. Because
what
you
with them, like when you pass it on, like if you pass it on the right way, and like you eternally like want to give that to the next
want to give
person.
it to them, yeah,
Yes, Deku didn't eternally want to give Bakugo it, but he was like to save everybody. Like he was a hero
yeah,
first, so he was like to save everybody. This is the right thing to do, and this is the only thing I can think of that can get us out of this situation, and
yeah.
it
Because
worked.
you were, because I remember that part. Because you remember when he was fighting Stain and he came back and he asked, I'm like, he was like, Stain kind of licked my blood. Is he gonna get my quirk? And he was like, no, because you don't want him to have it. Kind of
No,
like how
no,
you
no, no,
told
no,
him about it.
no, no. He never asked that. He didn't ask that.
It was like some type of reaction. I remember that I read that, and I
No,
can't
he was
remember if
worried. Like
like,
he was like, "Oh my gosh, is my, is he gonna get the
yeah,
quirk or
is my
whatever?"
quirk
But
gonna
like,
get my
nah.
quirk? And he remembered like All Might told him that it had to be like a wheel type thing, like he had it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
was like a little flashback moment or something like that.
some magic esque fucking storytelling.
Yeah, because I feel like with the Stain fight, he did a lot. They did a lot of cuts in the anime for the Stain fight. Like they took a lot of flashbacks. Okay, fight, talk, fight, and that would pull up. Everybody's scared. Stain fall out. I thought that was the craziest shit because if he would have been on his 2 feet and been stable, he could have killed about three of their asses. They was all scared out there. They had never seen a real killer before when they seen Stain ass.
That's who need to show up here, Stain.
I was telling Dom I want Koichi to show up. My boy Koichi with that slide and
Man,
glide would
you
be so
don't even
crucial.
know about that nigga. Shut up. Get off my nigga dick. Get off
I
my
started
nigga
reading
nuts,
my boy
bro.
Koichi. Hey,
Get
my
off
boy
my
out
boy
here.
nuts, boy.
Hey,
Dick
my boy out here.
riding.
I like his first costume though. His first costume was dope. I can't even front. He had a better first costume than Deku did. He had a way better first costume than Deku did.
Yeah, he the go.
And my boy Koichi was out here. I was like, Koichi, show him what you about with that slide and glide, my boy. Dom was like, his name is great, slide and glide. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, you see how you get down, and then you gonna be like, yeah, they said slide and glide.
That's who I want to show up. If he ever showed up, bro,
Cause
we
how they
lit.
could do it would be crazy. Like he pop up and you show you like the cut of his ears at first in the background, like how he got all my hair on the ears on his costume. That would be
Yeah.
clean as fuck. That's how they like cut it in there. You see him in the background, then he shoots something, then he fly in with sliding glide, and it's like Koichi. What's his hero name again?
Uh, fuck. if you didn't ask, I could have told you now. I don't forgot now.
Damn.
It'll come
Or
back to
whatever.
me.
Or whatever. Koichi, what you call it, whatever. His hero name pop up on the screen. And that's like how they end the chapter. They'll be clean as fuck because it'll be hype going into the next one. And we gonna see Koichi out here dance with Sugar Ray.
Like the only reason I don't like the reason I want to is to pay off vigilantes. Is like
And it would be hype if
you
they
know what I'm
were to
saying.
like do a series for it, like anime wise.
Like,
And this gonna be your main character if we do an anime for it.
but also with what comes with that is just like
What did he die?
no, hell no, they would never.
What if Koichi died? That whole I'd be sick.
But what my thing with it is just like we're gonna want Koichi to turn the fuck up, and I know
And he
like
can.
he not
He
going,
can.
but he's not going to. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he's not gonna give us that.
Cause I don't feel like he's giving it this whole it's an ending type action. Like you can have everybody turning up. Cause it's the end. And just say the biggest turn up for Deku is the end of the story. You
That's what
don't
I'm
have
saying.
to
They're gonna want if Koichi show up, niggas are gonna want him to damage Shigaraki,
he
beat
can do it.
Shigaraki up, and that's what I'm saying. His quirk is broken,
He do
and
it. Like his
especially
quick to
like
do it.
the years between the end of fucking Vigilantes and what's going on now, his quirk is way more powerful now. I know that for a fact. And he done had a quirk awakening. Like there, if anything, what's gonna happen? The end of the series, everything's gonna be wrapping up, and Koichi's gonna show up
You're
and
like, damn, I missed
be
the fight.
no, not even do that. He's gonna be in a cameo at the end and just waving or whatever, some bullshit.
That would have been cool if he popped
Mm,
up like, I
no,
came
I'll
from
be
all the way from
pissed.
America to come help y'all fight Shiggy. Where
No,
he at? Ah,
that'll be
fuck
some
y'all, beat
shit.
him already.
That'll be
That would be like
bullshit.
typical like comic, and that would be like typical comic hero shit. Like the hero that's late, like you late, you not fashionably late, nigga. You was late.
No, that'll be bullshit. That'll be fucking bullshit. I wouldn't enjoy that.
It'd be a funny little joke, but you know they make corny jokes like that for cameos sometimes.
Yeah, but that'll piss people off like to the point to where it's just like, why'd you even do that?
And y'all put Koichi face in the story for no reason. We don't even know what he quirk do. He just said he was late.
And knowing damn well he the one that would have rocked Shigaraki shit, cause he can fight from afar and everything.
So we were talking about in the video, I was like, my boy Koichi shit look like it match up, just like how Mirio shit do. Mirio one of the only people
No,
that can get that close
Mir,
to him.
no, but Mirio's like a stalemate though, because like
He
he's
can't
just
touch him,
yeah,
but
like
he
you
can
can't
like
touch him.
distract him and stuff. Because he know if he touches his ass, it's over with.
It's just a
He get a
stalemate.
hope to his ass. And that's what I was telling Kilo. He was like, Lemillion back in the store, ain't he? I was like, yeah. He one of the only people that can get that close to shit. He be like, what is he gonna do? It's a stalemate. If he touch him, it's over with. If he realized that he's getting touched, that Shiggy can like touch him at a moment that he feel like he touching him, oh, it's over with.
Yeah.
Cause that's like what I'm saying. I feel like it's gonna be the downfall that Shiggy body gonna adapt to not having his quirks. Like what some crazy shit happen that he can use decay, cause some type of effect like that without actually activating the decay quirk. Like it's like a physical thing at that point.
No, I ain't know why shit gonna happen like that. Have you ever seen Akira?
Yeah.
That's
The psychic shit. You think like
that's
some
what.
psychic shit gonna happen.
No, I don't think no psychic shit, but that's just what's happening. Like his body
I can
is just
see it with
like
the little
being
red cape.
weird.
Like the homage to it is him wearing that little red scarf and
Yeah,
his arm doing all that weird
yeah,
like
like
finger shit.
that's all we gonna get. Like that's all it's gonna be.
It's crazy that Akira is popping back up in the media now. They said that it had a little slide in that new Jordan Peele movie. Like they did the Akira slide, the bike slide in the movie.
Oh,
Oh, it had a little cameo because that's like one of the most famous little innuendos to drop. That little slide, that little bike
yeah, like
slide, because
everybody
you
do
can
that
see it
now.
and everybody do that shit. So I don't know. It was just Akira has popped up. I think it's because like it got a death battle. They did the dude from Akira. versus Magneto, and Magneto killed his ass.
How?
The reason that they gave was because Akira didn't have control of his full set of abilities that manifest in them as they get older. He
Yeah, but
died at a
he's
young age.
destroying. He was fucking destroying the world. Like
But they put that
they be
into
that battle be
context.
picking favorites though. Like
They,
that
they
battle.
do be picking favorites because I will say they had Thor. He beat Vegeta. Thor beat Vegeta. Yeah, they had Thor beat Vegeta on there, and I feel like the reason they let Akira
Vegito.
Vegeta
Oh.
Prince
Oh, okay. I can.
or
I
beat
don't
the
know. I
Prince.
Magneto probably will like, long term like Magneto win, but it's just like I don't know, bro. Akira was doing a lot of shit. Nigga
The
had his
way that how
powers.
he
Nigga had
the
his
way
power
how
for an
he
hour.
killed him was weird. It's like how I said it was one of them like, oh, you gonna take Magneto most destructive feat and put it on Akira in the last phase of the battle. Like they did some shit like Magneto can pull certain polaric forces together and cause like a black hole. It's
Yeah.
basically what he did to kill Akira. He caused like a black hole in his brain, and it.
That's, mm.
The Thor and Vegeta one was more epic because I want to believe they gave Vegeta Ultra Ego to
Mm.
fight Thor. And they gave it up to Manga Vegeta, and he fought like Rune King Thor did. Like that was like
They're
Thor's
fighting
last power
Rune.
up, and that's why he lost.
If they fight Rune King Thor,
He
it's
did
kind of
Joseph
hard.
versus Tanjiro, and Tanjiro lost. I forgot Joseph even had a fucking sword, but he beat Tanjiro though.
Well, you know, Tanjiro isn't like all the way up there.
No, not in not find no fucking Joseph. Goddamn, I was like, shit. They put him up
Huh?
against the goat
Boy
for real.
straight.
Oh my
What's
god.
up, my
Biggest
boy?
dub, the biggest one, the biggest Don in this mug. I can cuss on him.
Yeah, you started
My
that.
boy
Go.
I ain't
pulled
even
up.
cuss shit.
Go.
I can cuss.
Yes.
The biggest Don in this
Yeah.
motherfucker, you feel me? Hey, y'all don't, hey, if you
Hey,
don't know, now you know. What he say, you in the
hey, my
presence
boy
of a
pulled up.
champion, knees down.
Bruh,
Yeah.
let me finish this and I come down. Let me finish this. Bruh, go. Bruh, cut this off. Go. Go.
Listen to the core, listen to the core.
No, bruh. Go.
He said no, bro. Go.
You go get, bruh. Go. Go. Go.
Your brother raided your room.
Go. Go. I'll be
Boy
there.
pulled up.
Oh my gosh. I'll be there in a minute.
Your brother
I'll be
raided
there
your
in
fucking house. Pulled up.
Yes, I am, bro. Chill. Oh my gosh.
Brother then
Oh
pulled
my
up and
god.
raided your ass.
Something told me he finna do that. He texted me. He was like, "Wow,
Bro
that's
pulled up and
crazy."
raided on your ass.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And he told you pick that phone up, but he spinning. Spent on your ass.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's little bro.
Introduction. My boy said I popped in, had to say what's up.
Oh my gosh. I forgot we was on now. It is 2:20. You wanna call it?
Yeah, go down there and enjoy your folks, bro. Your brother popped in. Go down there and chill with your brother.
Hey man, I'll holler at you later.
I
All
want
right.
to catch up with you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for staying here. We'll holler at y'all later.
See y'all later.
Link up sometime. Whatever. We'll see you. Bye.